Right. Shalom.
Shalom.
Start off by giving all glory, honor, and praises to
Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahushai Ba'Hashem, Rafah HaKadosh.
the brothers, to the apostles, and the elders of great household. The salutations to the brother that's teaching his truth and sincerity. To God along the hope for the elect. Very sincere. This time, that's GMS Toronto back again, prophesying the downfall of the kingdom. Babylon the Great. You know, we do what we do best. Figuring out prophecy. You know what time we're in and what's to come. You know, what scripture talk about measuring the time diligently. Earlier before the camera came on, brother, we're talking about the kingdom and various offices the elect will have. The elect will have many offices and many duties in the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? One of the duties is to be judging your nation, right? You're the right way. You know, so brother, you gave me Micah 4 side of the top. We go from there in the spirit. One thing we'll do best. Said Micah 4. Yeah.
Speak up.
Micah 4. Micah 4, verse 1, in the KJV, it says, "But in the last days it shall come to pass that the mountains of the house of the Lord shall be established in the top of the mountains, and it shall be exalted above the hills." Right. And that's going into Israel being established as a ruling government. On the top of the mountain is the summit. Right? It's going to be the summit, the peak. It's going to be the Israelites. And on top of that, it's going to be the elect of Israel. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, Al-Shai, King David, all right, I'm 44,000. All right, that's going to be the governing class.
Exactly.
It's going to be ruling the nation.
Yeah.
Okay? But Israel is going to be perfect. We're going to get that new bodies. All right. You know, the Lord's going to be in us. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to go off anymore. So, but we're going to have to judge the nation.
Yeah, exactly.
Since the hills are for other nations, you guys are low level.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll read that again. Micah 4, verse 1, and it says, "But in the last days it shall come to pass that the mountain of..."
Yeah, we're in the last days right now. Right. So this is actually taking place right before you people's eyes. Right? Whether you believe or don't believe, it's taking place right before your eyes. The government, which is the mountain, okay, that the brother's reading about, is happening now in the last days. Okay. Go ahead, brother.
And it says that the mountain of the house of the Lord shall be established in the top of the mountains, and it shall be exalted above the hill. Yeah, mountain is bigger than the hill. See what I'm saying? So that's letting you know there's going to be levels to this. Israel is going to be on that higher level over the other nations.
Yep, the highest.
Yeah,
because it says mountains, the mountain of the Most High will be established over other mountains. So other governments that run this earth, right? Psalms 82 and 1, read down. These are all the multiple governments that rule the earth. But the government of the Most High, right, through Yahushai, which is really the throne of David. That's what's happening. Yahushai is going to establish the throne of David on earth. All right. And this is why there's an ultimate plan to basically take out and wipe out all you Israelites, starting with the elect, because they know and they have the records of what it was like when we were in rulership, and we weren't even perfect then. So how much more when we're perfect?
What Shemai was saying is you have valleys, plains, right, hills, you have foothills, different levels of hill.
Right.
You got a mountain, and then you got a summit, which is a peak. Esau calls it the summit. We think he's telling you, I'm at the top. These are the people at the top, and we're meeting to talk about the people at the bottom.
Right.
You know,
Right.
you're gonna have a summit, which is the ruling class of people.
That's right. That's right.
Right? The big all legit is gonna be like the mountain.
God,
Summit is
right.
on force four.
That's right. Yep. Go ahead, bro.
Says verse 2, and it says, "In many nations shall come and say,"
And speak up. Speak up. Yep.
it says, "Many nations shall come and say,
Mhm.
Come and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord and to the house of the Shai of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For the law shall go forth from Zion, and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem." Scriptures say when the righteous are when the people rejoice. I don't know if you paraphrase it right. That's the reason why they're gonna want to come up onto us. They're gonna see that the earth is gonna be replenished, rejuvenated. They can see our ways are better. Our ways bring forth life. Because all these, these other nations, they have an affinity to their family and stuff like that. They have a natural affection for their family and stuff like that. You know, except for Esau, obviously. So they're gonna see that, oh, the Israelites allow us to spend time with our family and you know be together and all this stuff.
Yeah.
This is a better way,
Yeah. 1000%. No, 1000%. You're right. Because there's gonna be seeds in the fruits.
Right.
You're not gonna have sodomites running around. The air is gonna be clean.
Yeah.
Water is gonna be clean. Right. And the level of perfection that the elect are gonna bring this earth to is gonna be a perfection that all existence has never seen before.
Right.
Even better than what Adam had it. So you're gonna be breathing good air, living good, all because these people who you counted out are in rulership. So you're gonna know, and if you don't listen, you know what the scriptures say, you don't get no rain.
Yeah.
Right? Very fair laws.
Yes, sir.
We're not telling you that we're not doing what Esau's doing,
Exactly.
right? Supplementing your water and with fetuses, right? And calcifying and destroying your insides. Everything is going to be 1,000 times better on the vibration. You're gonna have no choice but to come and worship.
Yeah.
Especially after the 500 years, because they're going to be stubborn as hell, trying to fight back and everything like that.
I mean, saying like you don't have to sedate your water with fluoride for you to be docile and comply. You know what I'm saying? It's either you comply or you don't. We're not gonna be a shadow government. You don't know who's in rulership or not. You gotta know where,
That's right. That's right.
you gotta say it's the Israelites, Oh, you gotta
God.
say it's the Jays,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Every industry. No, we run every industry. You can say the Israelites run every industry.
Right.
Okay. We're not gonna be hiding with that fact. It's gonna be evident that we're the rulers.
That's right.
Yeah, verse 3.
It's lucky. And there's no other God.
That's it.
That's another thing. There's going to be no other religion, no other form of receiving, your shelter, your transportation, and your food. This after that destruction and the beautification of the elect coming down in Israel, all of that, you're gonna know there's only one God. So what are we gonna do without worshiping him?
It's that precept that fathers on inherited lives.
Right.
You're gonna think like it's all bullshit.
All bullshit. That's right.
You're just gonna stand in awe.
Con.
Really. Many generations are apart.
That's right. That's right.
It's Micah 4, verse 3. And it says, "And he shall judge among many people and rebuke strong nations afar off, and they shall beat their swords, plowshares, and their spears to pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore."
And that's serious. It's like that's serious. Right? Like, you people don't even understand what true peace is. The only people that understand peace and really it's the elect. But we're only tasting it. We haven't really fully got into it. We're just tasting it. So a kingdom, an earth where there's no need for weapons is beyond your people's comprehension. That's how far gone we are from that, but also how beautiful and how peaceful and righteous the earth is going to be. You know, all these people know is war, 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 war. But when the elect, because the Lord said He's going to make His elect, the 144,000, new threshing instruments, weapons. So they're not going to need weapons because the elect are going to be weapons themselves, keeping everything in order. What, you going to say something?
This world will talk about, oh, peace on earth, world peace. You know what I mean? They want
Right.
peace in a wicked world. You know, so they can continue to be wicked. Yep.
Well, that's part of idolatry,
Right.
right? These people, they don't know they're idolaters.
Right.
So that's get the precept after was in Solomon. They called
Oh, yeah.
peace.
Yeah. Wrath.
They
Yeah.
called peace.
Yeah.
Rather, it was a great war of ignorance. That's why these Edomites are bugged out because they're gods of chaos. Kali, Shiva.
Yeah.
I put up a thing. This thing was on a jet ski and he hit a patrol. Water guard.
Yeah.
Marine guard. So they're crashing on the highways, they're crashing on the water. So they're in idolatry. People are bugged out. You're committing adultery. You know, you think that's just a normal way of life. I'll take it back. You know, she made a mistake. You know, that's just a part of life. Life is big, you know. You think that's just normal. You know, we're doing the best we can. I mean,
Yeah.
it's all wickedness. And we're here calling you out, and you're getting more irritated and irritated, you know, because we're calling out the truth.
That's right.
People don't like truth, right? Amos, they hate him that the truth not to get,
That's right. That's right.
right?
Well,
Yep.
it says that they shall beat their plowshares. Sorry, they shall beat their swords with plowshares. Plowshares are agricultural tools. So we're going to go back to the ancient way of doing things. So it's no more of these data centers that they're building and all this kind of stuff. We're actually going to go back to the original ancient way of actually how to do things. Whether it's like, for example, like like we have garments, right? Garments or clothing is going to be of one fabric. It's not going to be diverse fabrics or mixed together or anything like that. You know, that's the old way of doing things. How bread is supposed to be made, like in the ancient times.
Right.
They take wheat and they would grind the wheat into like into something called a curd, right? And then they would basically use that to make flour, right? But when you go to the store today and buy flour, or you buy bread, it has all these different ingredients that's in it. And it's
Right.
like, this is
What do you eat it? Yeah.
these are really the best ways to actually
Yeah.
But that's why Jeremiah says, seek ye the old times.
God.
Seek ye the old ones.
God. God. Yep.
yeah, this society we got, for example, broad data centers. Part of building data centers, you need HVAC and stuff like that. Heating, cooling, ventilation, and you know that's all running off the grid, like putting stress on the grid and stuff like that. When you can be more harmonious with the earth and build with certain materials that can provide the cooling and the heat and needed, you know, building at certain depths of the earth and stuff like that to get that actual natural heating load. Because we're dealing with this base man and you know this guy that must have or like you know use up resources, chopping down how many trees to build houses and all that stuff. And nothing wrong with doing that, but he does it in excess. He doesn't do it in balance.
Yep.
You know,
Exactly.
forestation. You know, like you bring it out, Elder, that the wood is not even as strong as it used to be, stuff like that. You know, you get a 2x4 from Home Depot and the shit's weak as hell.
Yeah.
To the old, you know,
Yeah.
20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years ago, man.
Right.
You know,
But this imploding on itself is a system of design. It's all by design. He wants everything this way. He wants the earth defiled. He wants all the pollution so that you don't go outside anymore and you stay inside, which is why he has these 15-minute cities. So it's all going according to his plan.
Yeah. Yeah.
True devil.
And
True devil.
there's that precept, you know, the wheat, wine, and so on and so forth are right principal things of man in the hands of the wicked.
Yeah.
They're used for wickedness because everything is the most high.
Good or good things to so to sinners turn to
Yeah, exactly. To the cynic. Yeah, exactly.
everything.
Exactly. And what that does, it perverts what the virtue of all creation of those things. It perverts the virtue of them when you take the seed out or when you add all those extra ingredients, right? And what that does, it puts out a negative vibration because everything has a vibration.
That's right.
So when frequencies. So all that's around us is wicked frequencies. Why? Because this man is look at the Most High's instructions and just went outside of it, perverted everything. So there's a vibration of frequency that comes with that too.
This nigga has a thing called sermon.
Exactly.
People are saying they turn it off.
They
because
turn it
needs
off.
Maintenance.
Yeah.
People are having clearer thoughts, sleeping better.
Wow.
Yeah,
They say the day feels like full day, not fast, and
Well,
but we don't know the effects of that really.
Right.
You know, like
Right.
like what are they doing? What is that thing doing to the earth?
Right.
Certain.
Yeah. More on that? We'll finish that first, and then we got precepts in the background. And we'll come back.
It says Michael 4 verse 4, and it says, and they shall sit every man under his vine,
Mhm.
under his fig tree, and none shall make them afraid. For the mouth of the Lord of hosts has spoken it.
That's right, man. Total rulership, man. Nothing to worry about. You had a precept, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is Wisdom of Psalm 14:22 in the Common English. It says, then as if it weren't enough that they should err concerning the knowledge of the Most High, other things follow. When living ignorantly in the midst of great war, people call such evil things peace. That's why they say ignorance is bliss.
Right.
Right. So if you don't have the understanding, we're bringing you the understanding of it. The world should be run this way.
Right.
Things should be done that way. Who are you guys? Why are you guys talking about this? Why is it important? Just live life. Just enjoy your life. Right?
Right.
Be small.
Yeah.
So they call it peace. Verse 23. Then in the celebration of religious ceremonies involving the ritual murder of children or in hidden mysteries, right? That Babylonian lifestyle.
Right.
Kabbalah, that goes back to the ancient Babylonians.
Yeah.
Mystery, ancient mystery system of Babylon.
That's right.
Right? Or in the mad orgies of strange worship practices.
Damn.
We got sex clubs. Here's a permit, sir. Here's a license. You can open this
yeah.
swingers club, strip club,
Yeah.
all kinds of sex dungeon place.
Runner clubs, these runner clubs they have. They have run clubs. Like, so people get together and go on a run, whatever. Now it's coming out of all these run clubs. Yeah, it's just orgies and adultery that's happening in these run clubs.
Verse 24, people stop keeping their lives and their marriages pure. Instead, one person plots to kill another by lying in ambush, because that's idolatry. And spirits start entering.
Yeah.
I think it's just fun. I'm going to go fuck this girl and
Right.
come into that. There's spirits that are entering the house.
Right. Right. Right.
You know? So now you got a demon saying, yo, kill this guy, take his woman, or
God.
do some wicked shit.
God.
Keep going, because remember, the fun don't stop, as they say. So the fun's gotta keep going, right? Never a dull moment. I don't want to be bored. I don't want to look at four walls. I want to,
Yeah, that's true.
you know, it's my favorite thing. I just want to have fun, right? They got that song decades ago. They want
Yeah, have fun. Yeah.
which
Yeah.
when you watch that video, she was pretty much saying, "Look, Dad, I love you, but you can't do shit for me."
Yeah.
Like she's pretty much saying, I'm gonna go live my life.
Exactly.
It's pretty much tearing down the patriarchy.
Right.
And so
Right.
you watch the music video, right?
Yeah.
So it says, instead, one person plots to kill another by lying in ambush. Another person causes grief by becoming sexually involved with another person's spouse. All they just brought it up. The working club.
Yeah.
The endorphins are running. You see the bitch in the shorts.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Verse 25. Everything becomes a confused mix of blood, murder, theft, and deception. Corruption, breaking one's word, upheaval, false pledges, all these things abound. What is good is shouted down. Favors are forgotten. Entire beings are stained with guilt. Legitimate, this kind of goes out from the translation. Legitimate genealogy is lost. Marriage is thrown into confusion. Right? You got this thing called open relationship. I've been married to my wife 10 years. Now we want to, we still want to be married, but let's explore. When you're
Right.
outside a couple, I can deal with this person, that person.
And the byproduct of that, where they're having children and not knowing the parentage. That's
Right.
Yeah.
And the confusion thing too is the man, you can have another woman. You think that's like a extra spice of life. That's normal. But what you're doing when you're selling her, now she can go and experiment too. And she's on your equal playing field.
Right.
You're just causing yourself more,
That's the operative word, equal playing field. There's no equal there.
right? Marriage is thrown into confusion, adultery and promiscuity abound. That's why women, right? They gotta go through that temple harlot phase. So they gotta get brand new, and then they're ready to settle it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And the point is 27, the worship of nameless idols is the origin of all evil, its cause as well as its result. Wow. People begin to party so wildly, they all go mad. They prophesy lies, they live in such a way that everything they do is wrong. So that's what we're talking. People worshiping birthdays, Christmas, right? All those little minuscule things that you think don't matter. Everything you do is wrong. Your mentality is wrong.
That's right.
Right? God loves, and every little proverb you have, everything is wrong.
Wrong.
Right?
That's right.
They bear false witness. Yeah, that was a point.
Yeah.
Actually, hold on. Two more verses. Sorry. But they bear false witness, but because they have entrusted themselves into the hands of lifeless idols, they don't expect any harm to come from swearing false pledges.
Wow. Wow.
Verse 30, a double judgment will hunt them down. That's the time we're talking.
That's right. That's right.
Double judgment.
That's right.
First, because they acted wickedly toward the Most High when they gave their attention to idols. And second, because they made solemn pledges falsely out of contempt for what was holy.
Wow. Let me just bring this out in chat because I did a lesson on this actually just this week on First Corinthians, the 10th chapter, and how he brought out in that chapter that what that verse say? It said these idols are lifeless. Oh, so they don't expect.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
He said lifeless?
Yeah, like they worshipped idols, so they don't expect any consequences because they worship life.
Was it
Lifeless.
47? Was it 47?
I don't know what verse he was reading, but he just read it. Yeah. So basically, anyways, okay, you got it.
Verse 28. I'll go to the point. They bear false witness, but because they have entrusted themselves into the hands of lifeless idols, they don't expect any harm to come from swearing false pledges.
Exactly. And this is basically what Paul was going into in the 10th chapter in terms of meats given to idols, because you have meats that if you partake of it, you're partaking of the worship. And even though you know that these heathens worship idols, these idols attach to demons. So there's still a vibration by doing it, partaking in it. Right? So going back into Christianity, this is why you wacky-tacky Christians do whatever you want, and there's no line that's crossed when it comes to serving Jesus Christ because it's an idol.
Yep. My heart.
Exactly. And that idol is tied to a demon. Now, this is in chat. It says, okay, slacking. So it says here,
First Corinthians.
yeah, First Corinthians 10. Actually, my son went earlier when I say. Okay, so it says here in the chat, the context. Yeah.
That's what I saw on my way here. Jesus is a queer.
Rappers is a query, right?
That's right.
They can see their phone.
10 and 6. 16.
16?
Yeah, 10 and 16. It's like okay.
Here.
Yeah.
Paul is
Okay.
saying that we believe it. Okay.
Black folks. Sweet Jesus.
So it says here from verse 16, 1 Corinthians 10 and 16,
Okay.
the cup of blessing which we bless is the cup, is it not the communion of the blood of Yahushua? The bread which we break, is it not the communion of the blood of Yahushua? The word translated communion is Greek koinonia, meaning fellowship, sharing, participation, joint partnership. Okay. It says, Paul is saying that when believers partake of the cup of the bread, they are expressing fellowship with Yahweh Shai and what his sacrifice accomplished. Is this, let me just skip down. Okay, so here it says, why? Okay, so Paul has already identified Yahweh Shai as the true Passover lamb. Therefore, when he later speaks of bread and the cup, the Passover background is still in view. Why does Paul bring it up here? In the beginning of 1 Corinthians chapter 10 and 14, Paul warns against idolatry, because the point he brought out in the chapter, in the verse he was reading, is that everything that we're witnessing now stems from idolatry, right? Worshiping idols, everything. So it says, he argues, if you eat the bread and drink the cup, you are participating in Yahweh Shai. If Israel ate the sacrifices, they participated at the altar. If pagans eat sacrifices offered to idols, they participate with demons. Okay? His point is that shared meals connected to worship expresses spiritual fellowship with the one being worshiped. So people don't know, when you go to church or you go to these different places and you eat under whatever vibration is there, you're actually worshiping the demon that's connected to that very thing. 100%. And you're not aware of it, but you've been initiated into a whole cult, into a whole worship, and you're just going about your day. So when you apply that mentality, this place is a soak of wickedness.
That's why brothers gotta watch that movie. If you haven't, Fallen with Denzel.
Oh,
The spirits all
That with
around.
the-
Man, there's what you do. You just put a snap.
I got time, but
Right?
that's
Man,
not.
They got a demon on you. Spirits everywhere.
And that was the spirit that goes back to the Bible. That was the, no, Azazel. And that was when you go into the scripture where it talks about the unclean goat.
Yep.
That's the scapegoat, that was Hazazel. Yeah, when you go into the Hebrew, that word there's
So pretty much you're being used as a vessel to do wickedness, and you're gonna perish. You're just gonna jump off and go no.
Exactly.
You're an scapegoat.
Yeah.
Sacrificial.
Done. You know, I remember, I think you put, hey, meet the camp when you're outside, top sign, right? People come up and want to shake your hand.
Yep.
You're allowed to do that. They can't do that. Stay over there.
That's
You know. Listen.
Yeah.
Question.
That's right.
like beyond a reasonable amount of time. Like the elder did just say it a couple of times. They would literally come up try to touch you.
Yeah.
You know, shake your hand.
Yeah, gone. One more point. It says this verse 18, behold, Israel after the flesh are not they which eat of the sacrifices partakers of the altar. Okay. It says this verse is part of Paul's argument that eating a sacrificial meal is an act of fellowship with the object of worship. Okay. And this is both literal and spiritual, right? It's twofold. You can connect that meals, meals, food, and bread and wine is synonymous with knowledge, information,
Food for thought.
food for thought. Exactly. So that's why you gotta be careful what you go into. If you go into it without discernment, you're partaking into a worship. And you don't have to feel it, but it's happening.
Yep.
Because the spiritual realm is more real than what we can touch. And these devils know that. That's why they have people entertaining themselves at movie theaters when you don't even know at a movie theater, because you have a thing called the front end director and the back end director. The back end director is the heavy illuminous that put the signs, the little colors and whatever in certain areas. You go to the theater, the altar is the theater. You're watching or watching the worship ceremony as the movie, and you're the sacrifice. Like they'll have certain characters in the movie that are actually patsies for the audience. So when they're talking to the character, it's actually a seance to the audience.
To your point, right? When one of the Batman movies came out, there was like a shooting. There was like a mass shooting in the States.
I think that was one of the children.
Yeah, the Joker.
The guy with the orange shirt.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, when that movie came out, there was a massive shooting.
Mass shooting in the States. So it was Edomite, obviously, that did it. He
Yeah.
got MKL out. But, just,
Yeah,
the people got sacrificed in that theater.
exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That movie was one of the biggest movies. That didn't
Oh
it
yeah,
billion
yeah,
dollars.
yeah.
Top movie. So
Yeah, I remember you talking about. Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's entertainment. Enter, go in, tame, hold, meant the mind. So it goes in and holds your mind in, right?
Yeah,
And it's a persuasion.
that's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You know,
It's all and it's all calculated.
you know,
Every aspect of it is calculated. Somebody had a preset? They were holding?
At the state. If you want.
Okay, fine. Now I'm gonna bring this out after.
Scripture, Leviticus 16 and 7.
Mhm.
I know at AMP it says he shall take the present, he shall take the two goats and present them before the Lord Yahweh at the doorway of the tent of meeting. Aaron shall cast lots for the two goats, one lot for the Lord Yahweh, the other lot for the scapegoat.
Hmm.
The precept goat of removal, Hebrew Azazel, this goat's release symbolized the carrying away of Israel's sins.
God. This is Isaiah 47:1. In the NLT, it says, "Come down, virgin daughter of Babylon." Okay, that's America, and sit in the dust, destruction and confusion. For your days of sitting on a throne have ended, and we're upon 250
yeah,
today, right? So, Lord willing, that throne, boom, the Lord does something. We're throwing up curses last night, every night, but even more last night, tonight, because we want the Lord to take this place down, man. And you can feel the Bible, even though we have the Rakakadash, you can still feel the soot of wickedness all around you. It's like it can't touch you because you got the layer of the Holy Spirit on you, right? So it can't penetrate. So you can imagine Jake and the rest of the world, they're beyond gone. It says, "For your days of sitting on a throne have ended, O daughter of Babylonia. Never again will you be the lovely princess, tender and delicate. Take heavy millstone and grind flour. Remove your," and spiritually, that's the men of great millstone, starting with the apostles on down. Okay, we're grinding spiritually Babylon the Great through the words of Yahweh Shem Shai. Okay, when you read Second Thessalonians, the 8th chapter, or the second Thessalonians, the 2nd chapter, in the 8th verse, it tells you that the Lord, or further down, is going to come and destroy him by the splendor of his mouth. That's the prophets. And then his coming.
It's all an illusion. America was just an illusion.
That's right.
It's never real.
Con.
It's just hidden.
That's right. So it says, take heavy millstone and grind flour, remove your veil and strip off your robe, expose yourself to public view. All right. You will be naked and burned. Slaka, you'll be naked and burdened with shame. I will take vengeance against you without pity. Our Redeemer, whose name is the Lord Yahweh of heaven's armies, is the Holy One of Israel. O beautiful Babylon, sit now in darkness and silence. Never again will you be known as the Queen of Kingdoms. For I was angry with my chosen people and punished them by letting them fall into your hands. Right? So, what Esau is doing, what you Edomites are doing, starting with the top wicked elite with Jake, has nothing to do with your so-called power. It has everything to do with our disobedience with the power, Yahweh and his son, Yahweh Shai. Okay? And mainly the Most High Yahweh. Yahweh Shai already paid his dues. That's why the elect are risen up today, chanting you down to your face with phones and the scriptures and our ragtag selves put together. And that's all it takes. That's the power of the Holy Spirit. and what Israel doesn't get is that, you know, uh, when you're downtrodden or you're lowly and weak, that sets the stage for the Lord to perform miracles on your behalf. Exactly. Exactly. So it says, verse 6, for I was angry with my chosen people and punished them by letting them fall into your hands. But you, Babylon, showed them no mercy. You oppressed even the elderly. You said, I will reign forever as a queen of the world. You did not reflect on your actions or think about their consequences. Listen to this, you pleasure loving kingdom, living at ease. Yep. And feeling secure. You say, I am, oh, and if a brother can get was that Nineveh? Uh Not Nineveh. Nahum. Yeah, yeah. I think 3 and 5 or something like that.
Yeah, 3 and 4.
Yeah, 3 and 4. Yeah, witchcraft. Yeah, sorceries. That's right. That's a good one too.
Yo, but just careful with the AC. Touch it, the thing's gonna move.
Oh yeah.
We'll go over here.
Right. So verse 8. Again, it says, listen to this, you pleasure loving kingdom, living at ease and feeling secure. You say, I am the only one, and there is no other. I'll never be a widow or lose my children. Well, both these things will come upon you in a moment, widowhood and the loss of your children. Right? And this is a parable for the people of Babylon. All you Babylonians, this is a parable for you. You're gonna lose your children. All right, you're gonna lose your husbands in war. You women, starting with the Israelite women, are gonna be ravished onto even you men.
Guy fucking,
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen that video. That's fucked up.
but that's the spirit, because you got demons. You got demons, man. You're gonna have booty bandits in that beat.
Booty bandits. Yeah.
You're gonna have gangs of men taking other men.
Con.
That's it.
That's what proof is all about. What's really on the juniors about.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Speak up.
That's also an example. We confess. That so their children, some have our children. Right, the Edomites. It's like, yeah, because now you Edomites are gonna know what it feels like to feel the loss of children.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's gonna be pitying you. It's gonna be your judgment, it's gonna be your reward
That's right.
for what you did unto the children of Israel. The apple of the Most High's eye.
Yeah, that's right, man.
Especially during the time when our shot was born too for the local children. Right. What about the time when we were in Exodus? Sure, it was children wanted to kill off the males, but they said, if it was a girl, keep her alive. That's right. What about so all about Planned Parenthood? Right.
That's the spirit. Let's just think of that.
In today's time, because really they, at least they have an idea about the elect, 144,000. So in today's time, they're using Planned Parenthood to try and stop the elect from coming through.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
And you got, brothers in the States, they said that in their high school they had met their sons.
Wow.
But again, this is the scripture, the great ignorance.
Right. They call peace.
You're supposed to have children during that age.
Right.
But now you're in a system where that's wicked. They made it going through that upside down. You're literally supposed to have children during that. But now they're telling you, no, you focus on your education, word it, you can have one later.
Yeah.
Sacrificing.
Basically, woman, when she's young and fertile and young and have energy, that's when she's supposed to have the child. So she can keep up with the child, have the strength to maintain the child, and the strength to bounce back in terms of like weight and all that stuff. Being active and stuff like that. But now they tell the woman have babies when you're 30 plus, and then you can't bounce back.
Yeah.
You might even die.
Yeah, genetically for having children that's the best time too, because your body's the most balanced. You know what I mean? You're young, you're vibrant,
Strength.
Strength, more pure.
Yeah.
As pure as you can be in this kingdom, but
Yeah.
it's okay. Yeah.
To add to that too, right? Whatever, at a younger age, young female, when she gets pregnant, she's gonna come into her shape too. You see what I'm saying? Because her hips gonna widen, her breasts gonna get bigger. So I can excel that, part of the upper shape as well.
Yeah.
But they're not thinking that way.
Yeah.
By the time, I'm ready, I'm 28, I had 50 men, I'm tired, I'm on princess treatment,
Yeah.
just plugged out, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
God.
You don't deserve it.
Around this life I never built until want 100 billion. He's gonna be 6 years. Yeah, right. They're right, bitch. No,
That's right.
and we know you types.
That's
Yeah.
right.
This is real quick. I'm gonna segue into Tobit, or sorry, Baruch chapter 5, verse 20, or this is 4. This 4? Yeah, it's 4. Baruch 4 and
So
20 let's okay. I'll start at 24 in the GNT. It says, just as the neighboring cities watched as you were taken captives, so they will soon see the eternal power coming in glorious splendor to rescue you. My children, endure Yahweh's punishment with patience. Your enemies have persecuted, but you will soon see them destroyed and at your mercy. Right? My children, I spoiled you with love, but you have had to follow rugged paths. You were carried off like sheep caught in a enemy raid. Take courage, my children, and cry out to Yahweh Bashem El Shai for help. He punished you, but he will not forget you. Just as you, and under Yahweh Shai, a token of that, of the Lord not forgetting Israel, is waking up the remnant through Yahweh Shai's sacrifice. It says, just as you were once determined to turn away from Yahweh, Bashem El Shai now turn back and serve him with 10 times more determination. The one who brought these calamities upon you will rescue you and bring you everlasting joy. Take courage, Jerusalem, which is code for the elect. Yahweh, Bashem El Shai, who gave you your name, will now bring comfort to you. Misery will come to those who mistreated you, and then rejoiced when you fell. Misery will come to those cities that made your children slaves. Okay, and the worst slavery and captivity was here in Babylon the Great. Okay, it says misery will be the fate of Babylon. See, that city which swallowed up your children, just as that city rejoiced when you fell and took delight in your ruin, right? Dead bodies lying in the streets, Revelation 12, right? And they weren't buried. Or Revelation 11, yeah, time. Revelation 11.
just to back you up, cities can be countries. You be a citizen of that country. That's really where the word city derives from. So you people thinking that, oh, it says city, it doesn't say country. People get simple and shit like that.
Well, the Vatican is a country.
That's right.
They call it Vatican City, but it's a
Jurisdiction, yeah.
Inner London.
Yeah.
Yeah, the crown of London, that's an actual city.
Washington D.C.
Yeah.
Jurisdiction.
City country. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, can you get the word city from citizenship?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So it says, misery will come to those cities that made your children slaves. Misery will be the fate of Babylon, that city which swallowed up your children, just as that city rejoiced when you fell and took delight in your ruin. Now she will mourn when she herself is deserted. And it's funny because you're being deserted of your own people, you Babylonians. Your so-called elected officials, which are really selected. Okay, they've all duped you. They've been playing games with you. They let you have fun with the illusion of society that they created until they were ready to bring about the new world order. Okay,
Yeah, just like police, they're there to serve and protect.
that's right.
For the fail.
Well, they said,
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
And the piece of check.
It says, I will turn Yeah, verse 34, I will turn her proud boasting into mourning and take away her large population in which she took pride. I, the eternal power Yahweh, will send down fire on her, and it will burn for many days.
Says that to pride in their mass population. That's why they were bragging that they got the biggest military in the world, right? They're bragging about that. And how Washington Chavez said that it's going to take diminish that,
That's right.
minimize that with fire, right? And this is the prophecy that hasn't been fulfilled yet, but it's coming.
That's right.
It's brewing right now, right? Because if you, I don't know if you noticed, but the guy had just got buried, right?
I heard.
After so long, they
Yeah.
buried him,
Right.
but they had to have a big ceremony or a big funeral, right? So all these leaders, not just from Iran, but all the people surrounding the Middle East, people from Europe, from Africa, all these like high-ranking officials went to his funeral. That's also showing a desertion, like a separation from Babylon the Great,
Right.
right? So this is this prophecy being fulfilled. Man.
That's right.
Nobody likes Babylon anymore. Nobody.
Yeah. Not even the Babylonians.
Comment that you makes for sense. I watched this movie last night. It's called Ballistic. A woman, she was making bullets for this company. And then what happened is her son was in the war with Afghanistan. Based off the story, I don't know. I'm sure they got, I don't know the real name for the person. Her son went to war, he got killed. And then by the same bullets she was making in that place that they were sending to Afghanistan, we got somehow on the other side, and then Afghans, they had it on their donkeys' teeth and freezes, and then killed the thing. So it's like a whole side.
Yeah.
Arm the next side.
Right.
So you have right to be there.
Right.
You know?
Yep. Yep. And that's
what people, the Babylonians that are here, they're like, oh, I want to turn on against the government.
right.
And they're their own GIs, right? They're galvanized. The GIs want to turn on against the government.
Well, the other Armata lesson today about you're going into rebellion.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Good to have it every 10 years.
Yeah.
Before they said it means all tyrants and
Yeah.
but that's Esau's wicked society. He just thinks that's the standard. If you have righteous leaders, there's no need for revolution or rebellion. Like there's nobody's gonna need to rebel against us in the kingdom.
God.
We're offering you the food of the earth, the medicine, the good things of life.
God.
Okay. You don't have to worry about data centers, chemtrails, pharmacies,
Right.
you know.
You get your own plot of land too.
Saying as good as what the mafia used to do.
Offer you can't refuse. You know,
Yeah.
non-GMO.
And thing there, the welfare.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
You know, bleeding.
Yeah.
Foreigners that are
Yeah.
in your
Yeah.
The bums of this. Yeah.
No place on earth that does that besides like France.
well, they're supposed to have fruit trees here, brother.
Yeah.
We're supposed to have fruit trees.
When I was
Sure,
a
it
kid,
happens.
we had that. When I was a kid, they had that. We had all of that when I was a kid.
It says here, verse 35, Baruch 4 and 35 GNT. I, the eternal power Yahweh, will send down fire on her, and it will burn for many days. Her ruin will be haunted by demons. Her ruins will be haunted by demons, which is the foreshadowing of what's there already.
Yeah, sure. The slavery was just a part of our punishment. A lot of brothers talk about us going into captivity. The captivity was your punishment. This man went above and beyond with his psyops, experiments. This is when you're getting into the wickedness of this man. Slavery just is a part of it. That's why we're bringing back slavery. Slavery's not going nowhere. Slavery is an economic system.
It's like going down.
Exactly.
If he doesn't listen, you gotta
Yeah.
Breaking.
pop the cops.
Exactly. Or breaking
Yeah.
in front of his people. This is the wickedness of Esau.
Damn.
And we're actually going through the buck breaking, even just watching the soccer, right? And they just did it with Cape Verde, right? Where the guy ran to his woman and hugged her, and now all the women are saying, "Oh, this is the type of man that I want." How come it's only with the black man? How come it's never with anybody else? It's always with That's woman worship.
Yeah.
How come he never gave glory unto the Most High?
Hmm.
How come it's always the woman? Just like the NBA. All these guys just got drafted. Who did they thank? Their moms. All their moms. This is a psychological warfare these young so-called black men go through every single year after year after year. Worship the woman, worship the woman, worship the woman. Nobody else does it. It doesn't happen in Iraq. It doesn't happen in the Middle East. It only happens with you so-called black men. Why? Why? This is the forwarding of the affliction because your job as the man is to worship the Most High. That's the order, point blank, period. Can you love your woman? Of course, you're supposed to when she's in order.
That's right.
But you're running to a bitch that probably had 10 men before you.
Definitely.
That's not who you run to.
And just to back you up, when he ran up to her, you could tell when they had the camera, she was on her phone, so she didn't see the guy scoring. She was on her phone. Her phone was in her hand.
And she wasn't looking at him. She was looking at the jumbotron.
Yeah,
That's how you know it was staged.
exactly. Bitch was on her phone.
She's so close.
You know what I mean? That's a damn shame, man.
That's the psychological warfare that we go through every day. Right?
You know, people.
It says, verse 36, look to the east, Jerusalem, and see the joy that Yahweh brings to you, which is Yahweh Shah.
That's right.
That's the joy. Because
Exactly.
that's what's gonna stop all this.
And let's see him run to his woman in that day.
That's right.
He's gonna ask her for answers. She won't have none. I guarantee you.
Yeah.
I guarantee you. She doesn't even have no answers now. She's only looking to him because she knows he's a meal ticket. And just like the brother said, at that time, she wasn't even looking to him. She was still looking to her phone, even though she already has the prize.
Yeah.
Probably check it out next, man.
Can never have enough. That's it on that. Brother got something. That's it on that.
Let me bring this up a little bit.
Yeah.
I typed in Brock about losing the Psalm in 14.
Mm.
I asked a certain question more about the lesson, but I said, because it's bringing up stats, right?
Okay.
Point A to B about marriage, about this. And
Oh,
that.
okay. Con.
So then I said, isn't it interesting that this pretty much parallels with today's world?
Mm.
And Brock said, yes, many elements in that wisdom of Psalm and passage have striking parallels in present day. Western society, especially in North America and Europe over the last 15, 20 years.
Mm.
Right? So pretty much points out about calling evil things peace,
Right.
breaking up marriages. They said that the average marriage rate, the divorce rate is 50%. Widespread craziness and mental emotional distress.
Which is where we're at right now.
Yep.
That's why people are literally losing it. Literally. Right? I see them every day.
They said nearly 40% of U.S. high school students report persistent feelings of sadness or hopelessness.
Mhm.
Around 18% of adolescents have had a major depressive episode recently.
Yeah, like this young guy that I work with, he just got admitted into Cam H. The man's 23 years old. He's only 23. He got admitted into Cam H.
One
It's crazy.
1 in 5 children ages 3 to 17 has a diagnosed mental condition with anxiety and depression prominent. This isn't just stress, it's a societal level manifestation of inner turmoil.
Yeah.
When meaning, identity, and relationships are disordered by idolatry.
Yeah, because what you're supposed when we were younger, anybody that's 38 and above, when we were younger,
Freshmen love you. We put it.
yeah, when we were younger, they gave us roles. There was gender roles before.
Right.
You guys grew up and they told you there was no such thing as gender roles.
Yeah.
So I could just imagine what you young men are going through because it's just like, like what part do I play in life? Right? When I was growing up, you knew you were the man, you were supposed to do this, the woman was this, the woman was that. The difference.
Yeah.
Now it's just like, there is no difference.
Even on social media, it's just depraved and different and sick. Like I'm going through posting, even posting a chat, and every single post is something wicked and evil.
Yeah,
Every single post.
Yeah.
You couldn't escape it. So imagine these young people who are social media is their life. If they don't got it, they feel like they're dead to the world.
Yeah,
They're scrolling and doing this every day.
Right.
But brother, you gotta remember, we didn't grow up with school.
We didn't
We didn't know what that is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Yes,
We got MySpace.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. MSN, yeah, yeah.
we're being conditioned the way that these younger people are.
Nah, it's crazy. It's crazy now, and that's why, based on what you just said, I was thinking about as you were talking, just by these people's ignorance, like their level of ignorance, can give you some form of insight on the judgment that's coming.
Mhm.
Because
Yeah.
if what, like, look how much we're calling out. Most sides up there, just he has everything on records.
Yep.
So the judgment for these people is going to be horrendous.
Yeah,
Since we reached the heaven,
Daniel 7, the books were open, judgment.
Where, yeah, was set. Yeah.
Remember, the angel with an ink port, he's writing
Right.
every detail of your life, every thought, right? So they finishing off, it says, so identity and relationship are disordered by idolatry.
Hey, and that's why when we try to put on the skin, they refuse it.
Huh.
Right? They're dry bones. So when we try to give them the identity, we say, no. That ain't me. I don't want that. I'm a black man.
Yeah.
This.
They say in Ezekiel, the way of the Lord is not right.
That's right.
Where it's like, is my way not right?
Right.
Is
Yeah,
it
That's right.
that's crazy. That's crazy. I don't know.
pride?
Somebody
That's
wrote that
crazy.
after the one in Romans where the Most High said they're in error, right? Because they're literally in
God.
error. That's all that they are. They're when you see these people, that's an error. When you see two women, error.
Well, that's what's in Psalm 14. It said every way is error. Every way is wrong.
Man,
Everything that they do is wrong. Right? So it says it's disordered by idolatry, and in parentheses, right? This is the modern day idolatry, worship of self, pleasure, image, or ideology instead of the Most High.
hey, a lot of this is wrong. That's good, exactly. And that's going against our nature. Your nature as a man is to, be aggressive or to go out, to hunt, to gather, but you're unable to do that in this society. You have to tame yourself, especially if you work in a corporation. You're done. You're done. It literally kills your spirit, man. Your boss might be a woman, or she might be the manager, and she talks down to you.
that whole Me Too movement too, that decimated every workplace,
Yeah.
every court.
Fine.
You can't even smile at a woman in a workplace
Fine.
that you're not going to get sued or you're going to
Fine.
get reprimanded or even written up.
But now, well, hey, we're talking about people, but we're about to get ready to deal with bots, AIs,
Right.
telling you what to do and telling you, you're late on this payment.
Yep.
A female bot.
Celia.
Yeah, the Celia.
Yeah. Trying to argue, trying to hit, making a joke. He's like, "Where's your papers?"
Yeah.
What joke? What are you talking
What
about?
joke?
Your robot. But finish it up real quick, right?
Yep.
There's so many points, but I'll just read this. It says violence, theft, deception, societal chaos. The passage ends with everything becoming a confused mix of blood, murder, theft, and deception. Recent crime data is mixed. Homicides and many violent property crimes dropped significantly in 2024 to 2025. However, the U.S. still has much higher homicide rates in Canada in certain categories. Beyond raw stats, there is a cultural sense of normalized deception, institution, media, online life, eroded trust, and pockets of senseless violence that echo the plots to kill and deception the text describes. And then
because there is no culture.
No.
You can't gather all nations together and think that we're gonna assimilate.
culture means
It would never happen.
to culture.
To cultivate.
Because you're not cultivating, you're degenerating.
Exactly.
That's why we call you degenerate.
Exactly.
Yep. They do cultures in a petri dish. Think about that.
Yeah, and even in this society, even when you try to bring everybody together, you still have little China, little this, little that, because people are going to gather together.
Yeah.
They're going to separate, right?
Yeah.
What fellowship that's a wolf and the land?
Yeah.
There's nothing.
None.
Coyote.
Well, that's why when you're reading what you're saying, it all stems to idolatry.
This is the last point.
Okay, come.
Root cause, according to the text, idolatry.
Damn.
It's all.
Modern idols aren't usually golden calves.
See,
They are sexual freedom and pleasure as ultimate goods, self and personal identity, money, success, and comfort, political power or tribal ideology, technology, and entertainment as sources of meaning. When these replace the living God, the cascade the ancient author described follows: blurred lines between good and evil, fractured families, inner torment, and societal confusion.
See, and that's all because Esau is in rulership, but everybody is worshiping their own God or themselves instead of everything being which is still perverted because Esau in his mind he thinks he's unifying everybody under Satan, and that is what Satan is. Do what you want, serve
Thou wilt.
do as thou wilt. But if you when you have everything surrounding around one God, the true power Yahweh, everything falls in order. Right? That's why the destruction that's coming from Babylon the Great, the glorification, and the divine intervention, even in Jacob's trouble, it's all to give glory to the Most High.
That's right.
All of it. As even when we're in the kingdom, we're gonna be giving glory. They're gonna be saying, "Oh, you guys are gods. You're trying to worship us." We're gonna be, no. There's only one God.
That's right.
Just like how Shai said.
That's right. And that's what Jay-Z should be saying.
Yes.
Kanye West, but they told you I'm Jesus. He wrote his own Bible. So they want people to worship them as a god, as an idol. They love it. They've embraced it.
Exactly.
They'll tell you, yes, I am that.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And that's the wickedness, man.
That's right. I got this precept. I think it's one you're talking about.
They call themselves both
Exactly.
really escape.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Con. Jeremiah 2:4 and NLT says, "Listen to the word of the Lord Yahweh, people of Jacob, all you families of Israel. This is what the Lord Yahweh says. What did your ancestors find wrong with me?" And this is the NLT. "What did your ancestors find wrong with me that led them to stray so far from me? They worship worthless idols, only to become worthless themselves." See? They did not ask, "Where is the Lord Yahweh, who brought us safely out of Egypt?" That's crazy. When you really sit and think about that, to go through that experience, see the ocean bed, the floor bed, and and the animals on the side, all the plagues, and to come out of that and then forget them, and just be reintroduced to and not even forget, because it's still there, but you rather choose the golden calf and what he has to offer over what you actually experienced.
That's all. You know why it's all because of slight discomfort. That moment. Present tribulation. That's what Solomon said. Say
Right.
days before better than these days.
Oh, con. Yeah.
You're just in a state of nostalgia. You're not in the present. You're not dealing with the present. You still have to, like this brother was says, cyclical. Life is cyclical. You gotta do the same thing mostly over and over again.
That's right.
Which includes worshiping Yahweh Shem Yahshua.
That's right.
If you're in a weak state, oh man, this is too hard. I want the good old days. You're not in the right spirit. Because actually we're in the end of the thing, right? It's all that better's the end of the thing at the beginning of it. So you should be really happy during these times, even though these are the worst times to be in. You should still be happy.
Con. Yeah. Exactly.
Dance is almost over.
That's it.
Exactly. Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah, one more. It says, one more verse. It says, they did not ask, "Where is the Lord Yahweh?" Which means they didn't seek the prophets. It says, or the priests. It says, "Who?"
Takes humility, right? You have to understand these people that you're dealing with are gods, right? That's why I mentioned the black woman and the psyop that they're doing on the minds of our people, because that's going to uplift the woman again to solidify that she is a god. You can only make it to the World Cup or make it where this guy is if you run to me. You got to run to me. Don't run to anybody else.
Right.
Don't run to your teammates. Don't drop down on your knees and thank God. Run to me. I am your God.
Yeah, these people are crazy, man. Jake's nuts because this time now.
Yeah,
con.
Mad state.
Mad state. No. I was just thinking as you were talking, as the elder was talking about how
The one right beside it.
the woman worship. No, it's okay. It's all good. But now it makes sense why the Lord now in these latter times made this truth a private thing, because he already did make it open to all of Israel, and we have the record as how Israel took it. They disdained it, they took it and merged it with practices of idols and bettered their wickedness. Jeremiah 2, the same chapter, tells us that. So now this time it's only left for a few, but the rest will get it when there's no mercy.
Scripture said, 7,000 that have not bowed the knee
To Baal. Yeah.
So You know how important that is? Because that means that no matter what they go through, they can go through an execution, they can go through threats, they can go through public humiliation. Them men are not gonna bow the knee. No matter what the Lord does with them, put them through, they don't bow the knee. No matter what the state of their condition is. They'll rather take the humiliation, they'll rather take the loss, they'll rather take the death. Rather than to
Sacrifice.
bow the knee.
Yeah.
That's serious.
You know, how y'all watching my shot.
Exactly. Yeah.
It says, they did not ask where the Lord is, Yahweh, who brought us safely out of Egypt and led us through the barren wilderness. And it's like the Lord, he showed you the blessings, and then he also showed you what he could do to you if you disobey.
Damn.
He had children and families up in tents being swallowed by snakes. Being squeezed out of life. You're swallowed up.
It was perfect before his sight.
Huh?
Even Job, who was perfect before his sight.
Yeah.
Got it.
Right? So it says, led us through the barren wilderness.
Shows you. If she was perfect, he didn't have sin, but the Lord likes tribulation and trial for you, likes examining.
Yep.
Right.
Even if he finds him perfect. Oh,
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Facts.
That's a war.
Facts.
So it's not letting just life.
Facts.
I'm gonna rough this guy up. Let's see.
Right.
Yes,
That's right.
I know
That's right.
people, you keep my life. Let's see when the shit hits the fan. That's the war. That's what you gotta
Yeah.
follow.
That's right. That's right. True Lord.
You've ever had a woman, you want that woman to go through something to see if she's that one.
I think they're too smooth.
Exactly.
What's going on?
Exactly.
That's right. No. It says Egypt led us through safely out of Egypt and led us through the barren wilderness, a land of deserts and pits. And it's all proverbial and spiritual to what we're in now. And a land of drought and death, where no one lives or even travels. So the Lord, he's gonna take us through the darkest time just to show his power and what he can do. It says, and when I brought you into a fruitful land to enjoy its bounty and goodness, you defiled my land and corrupted the possession I had promised you.
And that's why we shouldn't even really be talking about rulership. Now, I'm not talking about us. I'm talking about Jake. Jake is always talking about, generational wealth. You won't do nothing with generational wealth. That's why the guy made the best comedy, Dave Chappelle. And he made a comedy about when niggas got their 40 acres and everything, they got the money. What did they do? Give it right back. They gave it right back. They gave it right back.
I'm rich, bitch.
Exactly.
Yeah. It says, or the well, I'll get that later, but it says, verse 8, the priest did not ask, where is the Lord? Those who taught my word ignored me. The rulers turned against me.
Ignorance, yeah, right?
Yep.
Spirit of ignorance, yeah.
And Slakia.
No, you got it.
When you just mentioned that's what the nations do. It's called between money in your community. So you Amalek does it, Moab does it. He'll go to his own paralegal. He'll go to his doctor. He'll go, even if that guy, Amalek said this, I remember he said, even if this guy's not as skilled as a boy, I'll still go to him to build it up. You know what I'm saying? Like if there's a guy better than him, I'm still gonna go to my guy. Just to support. Can you understand? Jake can never understand.
Never.
Jake goes to Alibaba, he goes to Ishmael down Manhattan.
Yeah, you know that. He goes to the Aki.
He calls the Ishmael Ak, but he don't call his own brother Ak.
Damn.
You're a nigga.
Yeah.
You're a nigga.
Like,
To him.
but yeah. And to back you up, what you're saying, because what Moab will do, like for like their hair businesses and stuff, they'll pool all their money together to get all the products, and they're getting it at a cheaper rate.
All right.
So if you want to start up your own business, a black whatever hair store,
Yeah.
you got to pay the higher rate because you're not pooling your money with other jinx to get that
Right.
better
Cheaper rate.
rate.
Right. All right.
And so they do that with the hair industry in Jamaica. They do that too. They have the grocery stores and all that stuff. They're pooling together their money, all the different Moabites that run hop shops, and they're getting it at a low rate
Yeah.
because they're buying so much in bulk.
Yeah.
So they're getting it at the best rate. So
Right.
as a Benjamin try to open up a shop, you can't compete.
Yeah.
Profit margins are slim.
And it's crazy because Jake in America,
No, go ahead.
because Jake in America, their buying power is $1.6 trillion. Think about that, 1.6 trillion.
You can't, because we don't even know what that means.
And they just spend it
That's
with every other nationality. Never know.
Oh,
Gucci Fendi product.
yeah.
Right?
Real quick, just to back up everything brothers were saying, right? This is Baruch 4:1, the points in 3. It says, "This is the book of the commandments of Yahweh, and the law that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die. Turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it. Walk in the presence of the light thereof, the knowledge of the Lord's instructions, that thou mayest be illuminated." And here's the point: give not thine honor unto another, right? Nor the things that are profitable unto thee unto a strange nation. That's backing up what elders were saying. Brothers were saying.
Like which one of our stars, because Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, they all went to the enemy to seek that shelter or that shade.
Yes.
How did it go? They met death.
Exactly.
Davis.
Yeah, they met Clyde. They met Clyde Davis. They met Clyde Davis. Yep. But yeah, that's 2 Timothy. Their hearts are pierced with many sorrows, because you belong to someone, so you can have your trinkets and have fun for a decade,
Yes.
but then inside starts to show.
Yes.
You start to ooze out, pus out,
Yes.
just like Isaiah says. Your whole head is sick, putrefying sores, and now you're trying to you're wandering stars.
Yes.
You can't buy back your soul.
No.
Yeah.
It's not even yours.
Yeah, because that's why Prince, he he didn't basically, he doesn't have his ownerships of his royalties.
Right.
So
Yeah.
he basically his name, like
He changed his
symbol. Yeah. At first it was like his corporation name was like a symbol, and then it was and then he had the thing slave.
Yeah, on top of his head.
No, he knows about the occult, how they use symbols as language.
Yeah.
Right? That's the occult.
But that shows you he's still wicked as hell, because you're just mad. You're just mad that you didn't get to own the wickedness.
That's
Not like you wanted to change
change other jakes.
Exactly.
They're in the boule, they're in all these.
That's the thing.
So you guys think you're gonna get above other jakes, go to Esau, and make it skate off into the sunset.
yeah, exactly.
You just fucked over families of Jake and it's like wicked. Yeah.
And he committed a lot of adultery
Yeah.
because at their rules they slept with a lot of
Men and women. Yes.
Idolatry.
Yeah.
Yep. And it all goes back to it.
And they passed it down to these younger guys like Usher, Chris Brown.
Yes.
That's all they're doing.
The ways of the trade.
That's just the way that the trade.
Industry shit, that's Amalek, masters and
Right.
to say,
Right.
I mean, like knows those little fucking details, man.
Yeah.
Like in the Sopranos, they keep showing Amalek in the first couple seasons, and then they got rid of him. They got rid of him.
Yeah. I see it, but I don't believe
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I see it. But you know what I'm talking about, the guy,
Yeah,
his
yeah.
friend,
Yeah.
Hirsch.
Yours, yeah.
He's like, Hesh, what?
Yeah.
He's like, Tony, listen, I can leave right now and still have money. He's like, you forgot I wrote 7
I wrote 7 hit albums.
7 albums. He's
Yeah.
like, a couple black kids or
Wrote
something.
7 hit albums.
He's like, you just put yourself on the creditor.
Yeah, yeah. You just put your name on it. Yeah.
You know, on the
Yeah.
royalties. You get
Yeah.
royalties.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Bro,
Hey man.
wicked.
Yeah.
I got a quick one.
Yeah, yeah, you got it.
Bring this up because we hit the nerve simply.
And it's like, take time. Jake was suing him in the show too. Who was that actor with the bald head?
Okay, Woodbine was
Yeah.
that.
He said, listen, my grandmother, this, that. He's like, I got a whole lawsuit and
Yeah.
trying to figure it out. They could do shit.
Yeah.
Who's the judge?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Uncle Paulie turns around and says, "What kind of gangster is that he's gonna sue?" Think about that. Right?
No. That's straight, because, the word came out earlier on, you mentioned form, and Brother William brought up a beautiful precepts on idolatry, and then we went to eternal. So, hey, listen, what was just said, just in case you miss it, hey, 2/3 can't rule, right?
Right.
When we hear Uncle Ruckus talking, I'm talking about David Manning. Oh, you niggers can't rule. Hey, he's talking about 2/3 of you.
That's right.
Right? Because you reject the truth, you reject the man of the Lord, you reject the Lord, you reject the man of the truth, the Lord sent, right? Deuteronomy 28 is that that divine receipt that explains how you're going to function, how you're supposed to function in this place.
Yeah.
Right? But the Lord has the elect set up. So
Hey, can I say something? Because you brought up a great point. They said they look at us on the highways and they reject us. And then they look to the other nations. I wonder how the other nations are ruling, not understanding the other nations have used our ways. They set up the man first and put the woman in order.
Yeah.
But then when we say it, we're completely
Yeah.
crazy. But the other nations, that's how they got ruled. They
That's
got
right.
ruled by doing exactly what we're saying we should fucking do, which is put the woman in order.
That's right.
Yo, the joke has always been on us.
It's always been on us. Biggest joke in history.
that's right.
That's also very fucking World Cup that they keep doing this fucking woman worship.
Quick story, very quick story. My uncle used to work with this man. He used to work on his farm, whatever. So we go to his house, and he's sitting in this lazy boy, and the groceries are at the door, and the woman isn't bringing the groceries in, and my uncle's like, "Oh, let me help her, and he goes, "Nah. She's got to do it.
That's
right. She's supposed to do it."
That's wicked, bro. What kind of man are you?
No,
He's
she's
trying to
supposed to do it. Portuguese man too.
Oh, that's keeper.
Go ahead,
Yeah, so real quick, so this is 2 Timothy 3:5. Just gonna go straight to the point. It's a beautiful chapter that goes in on the spirits. But it says having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof, from such turn away. And the question came up and you asked the question, why did you turn away from the Lord?
Right.
Form of godliness, which goes back to that idolatry. Right? That's what it is. And I looked up the word form. If a brother can pull up that word from Echo Online real quick, the word form, just real quick, because it's just for those at home, simply put, right? Because it's going into that idolatry is powerful, man.
Yeah, man. Heavy.
Right? And we know
Heavy.
the number one form of idolatry after what we just discussed in regards to outside of 2/3
Form?
2/3 of self.
Form?
Well, is that
Yeah, I got it. If
yeah,
you
you
want.
got it? Yeah, print it out. That's it. I just want to figure
Yeah, it says 1200s. Semblance, image, likeness, physical form, appearance, pleasing looks, shape, image, way, manner, and that's why they put these people on our TV.
Yes.
They have been cultivated.
Yes.
They go on our TV.
Yes.
They're the perfect image
You've been made to an
what
idol.
you want to see.
Having cult of personality.
Cult of personality.
Hey, just like this nigga Barack. On the Reddit, bro, these niggas they're still praising this guy.
Oh, of course.
This
And-
dude, he was formed. He was. I can't say it, but he was formed, bro.
And he's a
Fucking degenerate.
Did you see the actor that they modeled him after? The guy that's in he's in the Matrix.
oh
He's,
yeah, Khan.
light skinned
Yes, I
light
can't
skinned chick
Khan.
that's in the Matrix.
Yes,
He's in Man of Steel.
No, not him.
No, it wasn't.
What else is he in?
He's in Man of Steel too.
Man of Steel, him too. He's the general
Okay,
Man of
okay.
Steel.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, they modeled Barack Obama.
Yeah. Remember? Yeah.
And
his
it's
walk, his step.
everything if you don't do it just like him. And you have to remember that these cult of personalities, I remember from being in the industry, we went through something called media training,
Of course.
where you learn how to say certain things and how to deflect other things and how to segue into something else when you didn't want to answer a question.
Yes. PR campaign.
Right.
Public relations.
Public
how
relations,
you appear to the public.
Oh, yes.
That's why politicians, Trudeau, fuck Trudeau. He just
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, fuck. The guy threw a rock at him.
Yes, thank you.
The nigga threw a shoe at
And George Bush.
Yeah.
I know. Like that happened. kissing baby.
Yeah.
Mwah.
But you know what that is?
That's crazy.
In your mind, you will,
That's
even if
crazy.
you think he's a demon, you still won't think he's a
You
demon.
can't.
No.
It's just that, you know,
Yeah.
It's been transformed into
Yeah.
angels.
Oh my godliness.
now
Really?
these people are,
Yeah.
all they deal with is exerting.
Yeah.
This guy, go back to, Tim Osmond, not Tim Osmond, or The Rock.
What's his name again?
Barry.
His handler, his guy that set him up was a guy people never heard of.
Yeah, but it's a big news. It's a big news.
It's Big New Brzezinski. He's a,
Yeah, yeah, that's exciting.
And Zbigniew is so huge. He's a double agent. He works for Russia and America. Right? When you have a double agent, you cross platforms because they understand the game. They're beyond good and evil.
Right.
They understand that they control both sides.
Lord of War.
Lord of War is
Like, he's like, but he mentioned the war. He's like, you supplied weapons to both sides. It's like, did you ever think I wanted both sides to lose?
Right.
He's like, bullets change votes faster than ballots.
Bars.
You got it. Oh, the guy that you were talking about earlier, from Matrix, his name is Harry Lennox.
It's like I just looked up Zbigniew. Zbigniew Brzezinski was the primary organizer of the Trilateral Commission.
Oh, I have that quote here, but
Yeah.
just to add on to land back on prominent quote from Zbigniew Brzezinski in the book Out of Control. The predominant threat to the New World Order is young Black urban males.
Hold on. One of the most powerful men in the world is worried about rededication. Is he worried about Russia? Is he worried about Iran? Is he worried about Tiggism?
Communists?
Is he exactly
Right.
he's worried about?
The predominant threat to the New World Order is young Black urban males.
What about the Black woman?
Young Black urban males.
Simple and fucking plain.
And he said this at the time when he was the U.S. National Security Advisor.
Are people without a standing army?
Think about that.
Are people without power? That's who he's worried about.
Right.
And that's why they put Planned Parenthood in your neighborhood. And really and truly, he's worried about the elect.
That's really who he's worried about.
It's not talking about Jay-Z.
Yeah,
Exactly.
He pays down. He's doing the job.
Exactly.
He's on the people. He's fickle.
Do you know what year he said that? Did he say what year?
I can pull it up. That's a book.
Because he did.
He said in that book.
I'm interested if it was during the time of the I got this elder.
Yeah, did you finish your preset?
Ooh.
Yes, okay. Get the word, then you got preset.
So physical form, appearance, pleasing looks, shape, image, weight, manner.
And that's how we know a lot of you IUIC different groups, your group does not. So that's the part of your what we're getting. It's a look part. Hey, the Rosicrucians, guess what the fuck set you guys up? You guys want to appear in that, you know? We got
Right.
like woman here,
Right.
this,
The purple,
GMS.
the purple and gold. We stand like this. We got the bold anklet. You know, like even when he did the video, he was in the chair. Blast off. Blast off the wheel, bro.
And you know what the beautiful thing is? Like you have the form on the godly or the forming on the left hand side is all exterior to hide what's inside. With the Lord on the right hand side, we're being formed too. He's reversing. Exterior looks like you ain't shit, but internal, he's forming us into gods.
That's right.
You know?
Part.
Well, that's what it comes down to. Brothers have to understand it's your mind. You have to understand, is your mind getting more solidified? Are you being rooted in the truth? Or is the Most High pulling at you to where you're still in the spirit of doubt or whatever it is that you're going through mentally, right? Because you have to be getting better and better and better, right? Because the scripture says that that a man still has to teach you. What's that scripture? You have need that one still has to teach you.
Teach
So
it again.
you have to understand every year, are you getting more grounded? Are you getting more rooted? Because that's the watering, and only the Lord can do that. Only He can build you up, right?
Yeah.
He's actually implementing his character in you,
God,
right? The hope of glory,
God.
to build us up.
So it says form, contour, figure, shape, appearance, looks, a fine form, beauty, a outline, a model, pattern, design, sort, kind, condition, a word of unknown origin. One theory holds that it is from or cognate with Greek morph. Right, right. Morph,
Metamorphosis.
morph into something. Form, beauty, outward appearance.
Be transformed in the knowledge of Yahushua.
Right, right.
See Morpheus.
No, real quick, I just wanted to mention, right? Look, you brought up the point, solid, you brought it out, 50 foot, right? So for 2/3 and a wicked people, it's all external. That's, but with the elect, and you can't see it, right? You have to be spiritual to be able to see it. It's the character that's being built.
Hey, let me get the word Morpheus. So the name Morpheus, name for the god of dreams in Ovid, son of sleep, literally the maker of shapes.
That's what they do. They put you back to sleep. Put you back to sleep. They rock you back to sleep. That's what entertainment is there for. The churches, everything that's outside of what we know, the scriptures, is to keep you in a deeper sleep, as if you were the Walking Dead.
Yes.
So, I know.
And that's why when they see GMS, it's just nah, those guys can't be the men.
Yeah.
It's automatic
Yeah,
because we don't look the part.
yeah,
It's
exactly.
automatic.
Yep.
Even if they're hearing what's coming on, and that usually catches people, but then they look and they're like, nah,
Yeah,
nah.
yeah.
I like what you're saying though.
We have brothers that came up before and they're like, they just curse too much or
Yes.
Yeah,
rough. But then you what if it's still in you, you come around.
yeah, yeah,
But the first,
yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
man, a woman, man.
Yeah, that's true.
Fucking black woman.
Yeah, that's true. Go ahead, Buckles.
Yeah, just to add to Juan's point about the black.
Not you.
This is Sirach 13, verse 3, and it says, "He that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy, and before his friends he shall rejoice of him. Though his father die, it is yet he is as though he were not dead, for he had left one behind him, like that is like himself.
Yes.
When
The manifold creature.
son rejoiced in him,
Hey, that's why we're always trying to find the new Jordan. Who's the new Jordan? Oh, he's the Jordan. He's the new Michael Jackson. Right? We're always creating the image. The new, who's the new Little Kim? Who's the new Cardi B? We're always looking for, oh, you're the new this. Everybody, they're putting you in that box. Right? That's why they know you, GMS, you guys are not the guys because you don't fit the image of who? Who's the image that the world wants us to fit? What's his name? No, I have a dream guy. Martin Luther King, because he said turn the other cheek. Right? They want you to fit that image. You guys are talking about separation. No. I like Martin Luther King. That's who they like. Whoever we could give to the world.
I was gonna say that they want you to fit like a very polished, smooth look. For example, like how you have like actual stones and like smooth over. They want you to fit that mold. So that's why all these other camps they fit that. They look like a polished stone in the spirit if you think about it, because they're all rounded out.
Flesh.
Yeah.
We have brothers like that. We have brothers that are well spoken, great shape, dress well, but they still don't see that. They still will make an excuse.
And that's what Paul said, not many strong,
Right.
not many mighty. It doesn't mean that it doesn't exist, like you said.
Exactly. We have
That's
that,
not
like,
the
we have
standard,
educated men.
but the standard is John the Baptist, rough garments, rough.
No.
Rude in speech.
Rude in speech.
Read that one more time and you got it. Read that one more time.
Top.
Yeah.
Sirach 13:3, and it says, "He that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy, and before his friends he shall rejoice of him.
Yeah, like Hannibal, you research Hannibal,
Mm,
right? If his father
Father.
never taught him to hate the Romans till the day he died, he wouldn't maybe have had that campaign.
That's
Right across the French Alps Mountains.
Exactly.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, in the
think of-
winter, man. A lot of people died. A lot of people died.
You fucking help him.
I don't know what can. Anyways, but yeah, 'cause that was crazy. But this is how you know, because Yahweh Shai is called the Father too. Yahweh Shai is supping with us in the spirit, teaching us.
Yeah.
And really only the elites, the top bankers are privy to it. These stooges, like Trump, they're just like, okay, they might know what they know, but it's really the top elites that are looking at us like, and they're grieved because we're being taught of things that they spent money and energy on hiding globally.
Well, you have to understand the top elites were waiting for us to appear on the scene. These regular Edomites just look at us like we're a nuisance.
Yeah.
But the top elites are like, fuck.
Yeah.
Now that's why it says they know they have a short time.
Now that we're up,
Well, why do you think you guys came to the old school? They
Right.
gave him a blank check. They said, right, whatever number you.
exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
The money don't exist. The money's not even real.
Exactly.
It's write a blank check.
Exactly.
Hey, me and the brothers were talking last week, and what's it called? Remember, when you go, they could just make money appear in your account.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just appears. Boom, drop these-
60 Ks.
Yeah.
It's just there. That's just there.
Game box.
Yeah.
Where did it come from? Did you create it? Like the brother, like this brother, he makes bracelets. For you to order his bracelet, he has to create it.
Right.
He has to get the material.
Yeah.
You got to ask yourself, how was this money created? But we've become so used to thinking that money is paper.
Right.
Like when our parents used to say, "Oh, you think money grows on trees?" Well, it actually does in this world.
Yeah.
Because it's not fucking real.
Yeah. It's very.
Caught England.
Yeah. Facts. Yeah. Finish it up.
This is verse 4. And it says, though his father died, yet he is as though he were not dead,
Mhm.
though for he hath left one behind him that is like himself.
And that's the elect, because you'll hear Jerusalem or Zion, which means memorial. So who here on earth is resembling the memorial, the memory of the Father, right? It's the elect, right? And only the elect can see that. Everybody else can't see that. They won't even see it until we get beamed up and then come back down. You know?
So,
But yeah, I just wanted to bring it out on that.
and which goes back to what the brothers starting your lesson off of with the idol, because they have Cesar Borgia in their mind. So
Exactly.
us trying to reflect Yahushua,
Yeah.
they don't even understand we are actually reflecting Yahushua.
Exactly.
But we're too separate from Caesar, right? Caesar came, they have that image of Caesar.
Yes.
And we look nothing like that.
Yes.
We speak nothing like that because to them, Caesar is just, oh,
Yeah.
how come you guys ain't floating? They're waiting for you to float.
And they read they read the same book, and it tells you that Yahweh Shai, he was different than the other Pharisees because he spoke as one with authority. Remember, this is this is a man that, imagine seeing us take a cat of nine tails and start whipping Jake. Like
Jail.
lashes, ripping up skin. That's not a man that the world knows to be holding the Bible and teaching the Bible. But that's the son of the Heavenly Father.
They'll use that account and say Christians will use that account and say that was the only time Jesus sinned. You got
Wow.
No,
I don't want to talk about
Hear that?
I don't even want to talk about that.
right?
I don't even want to talk. That's the only time he sinned.
That's their carnal mind.
Yeah.
That's beyond that. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
You're gonna say that's the only time he sinned, but he said that he was perfect.
Wow.
And on what you were mentioning, because remember when we were down on
Never heard that one.
we're on Queen Street and the guy was crying out. Yeah, that spirit.
Oh yeah.
How they
Yeah.
treated Yahushua
Right.
synagogue.
Right.
Even
Right.
jumped on the person who was crashing out.
Right. Yeah. God, you had something, right? That was it? Okay.
1 Corinthians 1:25, because the foolishness of Yahweh is wiser than men, and the weakness of Yahweh is stronger than men. For ye see your calling, brethren, how that not many wise men after the flesh, not many mighty, not many noble are called.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the key to unlock this book is what? The Wakaf Dash. So you can be as mighty as you want, you can be as smart as you want. That doesn't unlock this book. So a lot of you guys that try to use your brain power to unlock this, it doesn't work like that. And you always end up short.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
I don't care.
And
You can go and read 10,000 fucking books until you're blue in the face.
yep.
That doesn't unlock the scriptures. It doesn't unlock the hidden mysteries.
Yeah.
It says it's only given to my servants, the prophets.
Yeah. You need the Rakakadash. And this is, the Lord is telling you to choose a side. Because remember, he also said, I'll get me to the great men. So when you read that again, yeah.
Says verse 26, when you see your calling brethren, how that not many wise men after the flesh, not many mighty, not many noble are called.
And now let me ask you, brother, since we know that we have the top wisdom, so he hasn't called many mighty men or wise men, but we are wise men and mighty men in the spirit. We're doing what we're doing. So what is he talking about?
He's talking about JC. He's considered a mighty man. So those men are considered mighty men. Talking about like these warriors. They're considered mighty men, but
Right.
Then he started meek and humble. So us, we're the meek and the humble.
According to, you're right there. According to the world, that's what he's saying. But it's he's saying, because remember, Paul also says you have to be a fool. Then, if you think you're wise, you have to be a fool. He's saying if you think you were wise in the world standard, then yes, the world would have to call you a fool for you to be wise for Yahweh Shemel Shai. That's what he's saying. Because there's two standards. There's the world and there's the Most High. That's why he's saying I haven't called many mighty, but according to the world, I haven't called them mighty.
Service of the Lord is you're mighty on the inside.
Right.
Wise on the inner appearance, but you appear foolish, you appear weak, just like Paul. Well, his letters are mighty, but when we see him, he's weak. He's not a big, big mighty guy, but his letters hold weight.
It
Yeah.
even seemed silly to our grandmothers, because our grandmothers been in church for 25 plus years, so they think they got the Rakakodash.
Right.
We know now that they don't.
Right.
But so even to a lesser illuminary, they think they're wiser than us.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, long day in a church, boy. Not got church before you even born. You gotta tell me, I don't know God. But know God before you're born.
Yeah.
You don't actually. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, you got it.
Yeah.
Oh no, you're not married yet. Them times, yeah, but you're not taking part of the world. They think you don't have it, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
An example of that is Prophet Amos. Amos said he was basically somewhere to gather of seed. So this is the way the Lord showed he didn't choose like these people that have all this top platforms in this world. So
Yeah.
chose lowly people.
Yeah. He's not dealing with the world.
Not at all.
That's the thing. That's the point. He's not dealing with the world. That's why it said that the love of the world is enmity with the Father. So if the world is called like IUIC, all these guys, they're getting the love of the world. The world is calling you wise, but is Yahweh Shemel Shai calling you wise? You don't even call on Yahweh Shai. So Yahweh Shai is definitely not calling you wise. But you don't reconcile that in your mind because you don't got the Rakakadash to even be able to do that.
Wise that you can actually see through the quote unquote wise men or the great men or the mighty men, whoever you see right through them. You look at a Barack Obama and you know that he's a mom. You look at a this and you know that he's a this.
Right.
There's nobody that we are giving reverence to anymore. You have to understand when we were younger, we were giving reverence to these people, which made them what? Idols. This is what it's all going into. You no longer reverence none of them. You know that if they have made it to that pinnacle, they have bent over. You know that.
Multiple times.
And if you are still questioning that, then you're still giving reverence to that. If you made it to the level of a Drake, brother,
We can't even.
brother.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I just wanted to say that the precept to that is Psalms 8:2. Out of the mouth of babes and sucklings has thou ordained strength because of thine enemies, that thou mightest still the enemy and the avenger. And the reason why I say that is because today's standards, the wise are the top elite, the elite money changers, the elite money handlers of the world. They're the wise in their eyes, wise according to this world, right? So we are the insignificant. We are the ones that are foolish because we can't even get ourselves out of the fucking predicaments that they keep putting us in,
Not at all.
right? That's how they view us. Right?
Even when they're exposed. Because look, we've showed our power, which is through the Rakakadash.
Yeah.
We've exposed them through the power of the spirit of Yalbash and Yahushai. But what have we been able to do?
Okay. Right.
Nothing.
No
Because we're
judgment.
still judgment. Yeah.
Judgment.
No judgment.
Get yourself off that cross then. Since you're the son of man, get yourself off that cross.
Okay, yes.
Since you're the Lord,
We are
or you got the Lord as
we
your
are
power.
PDFs.
Get yourself off the cross.
Yes, we are PDFs. Yes, we do this. Well, what are you gonna do about it?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do about it?
Yeah.
No judgment yet.
Yeah,
Point.
exactly.
Gotta wait for Yahushai.
That's right.
So
You got it, brother.
To highlight the word noble in verse 20.
Okay.
Right, because it said not of any noble.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, Strong's G,
And speak up.
Strong's G2104. In the Greek, Eugenis. Right, well born of a noble family, noble minded.
right, but the Lord said that, we don't have to come from a well-born family, so to speak. We can,
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? But people in the world, but we feel like, oh, you got to be noble in order to get this, so to speak.
Yeah.
Noble into the eyes of the world.
Right.
We are noble in spirit.
You're right.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah. And it says noble minded.
Yeah.
Because look at David's family.
Right.
Look at Absalom.
Yeah.
He comes from a noble family. That's who's gonna rule the earth under Yahushai.
Right.
And he didn't have that noble mind, right?
Hey, we're claiming to have that, but we can't prove that.
It's gonna be tried. It's gonna be tried. I'll let you get it. It's gonna be tried. Because the scriptures say the fire should test. Right, try every man's work to see what manner of work it is. You could be gold and silver, there's levels, but you can't be wood and fire. You can't be hay, because those things get consumed by Jacob's trouble. So yeah, it's gonna see. The fire is gonna test who we are on the inside. Yeah. No. That's it.
In the Strong's, it says, well born, i.e., literally high in rank.
Yeah. Yeah, and people are gonna see that when the elect come back down. The rank of sons of God. That's a top rank, right?
Yeah, that's something.
Maya has something. Yeah.
It's like that. These pastors in these churches, they come in a three-piece suit, right? They come in looking noble, right? It's the reason why the congregation believe them. But when we go in a garment like this, they don't believe us because we don't look noble. We don't look like we carry the truth, right? But I wanted to get a precept real quick. Ecclesiasticus 13 and verse 23 reads, when a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue.
Beautiful.
Look, it says, when he said, they extol it to the clouds.
Yes, and Slockin, real quick, this rich man, the reason why they're gonna stop and listen, because he has a form of godliness according to the word God, which means power or judge. With money, you could do those kind of things. The scriptures tell you money is a defense, right? So go ahead.
Brothers know, like when you have money, if any brother knows the time of your prosperity, you take care of everything. Meaning you're well groomed, your nails, your cuticles, the littlest thing where there would be a mark, your teeth. You're spick and span.
Yeah.
You're Mr. Clean. But when you're not, they're like, oh no.
Yeah.
You got holes in your socks, you got hole in your boxers, you know what I mean? Like the little things start to appear. But when you're rich, what? You wear a white t-shirt one time. You wear shoes one time. A mark, a scuff on your shoes? You ain't wearing that. You rich. You clean, brother.
When you look at just to sidetrack a little bit, when you look at that dating show, these so-called black women always judge the man how they dress.
Oh, the balloon?
100%.
The balloon one? The balloon one?
Yeah.
Pop balloon? Okay, yeah.
They judge the black men based on how they dress. Like you come in the show, look like this, you should be wearing a suit.
Yes.
Prime example.
Yes.
Right? when you look at DJ Trump, he could say whatever he want to say.
Con,
People are gonna believe him.
con,
People follow him. People
Con.
treat him as a god.
con.
Of course, he is God, but there's a power, right?
Yes.
Power. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But when we go speak, they don't listen to us.
Con, and you know how stupid they are. That's how you know that
Backwards.
you shouldn't listen to them because then their garment focus or materialistic focus, but then they'll look at the white man when he just puts on a bum out shirt and say, and then tell the black man, you see, you guys are too worried about appearance. What the fuck? Which one?
Yeah.
Do you want us to worry about our appearance or not? Because if we dress like a fucking bum, you're gonna tell us why you guys dress like this fucking bum.
Then if you dress up, they say you're overdoing it.
Just an empty shell.
Yeah.
Talking shit.
That all goes back to Revelation 13 and 8, where the world shall worship him, worship Esau. Everything he does, they wanna emulate, they wanna do on his level.
Yeah.
So he can wear whatever. I was watching this video the other day where this English dude, he owned the company, he was the CEO. He's sitting in his car and he's wearing an avocado shirt. And a lady that actually works for the company comes up and says, "You can't park here." And he's like, "Why not?" "Because you don't work here." She goes, and he's like, "How did you get to that?" "Because you're wearing an avocado shirt. And I wouldn't want to ever work for somebody who's dressed like the way you're dressed," not knowing that he's the CEO of the company and that actually owns the fucking building that she's working.
She got fired?
Yeah.
Hopefully.
I don't think he let her go. I don't think he let her go.
Yeah, because it's like it's Goyim.
Yeah.
It's Goyim. Let the Goyim let the Goyim frolic.
Let me finish this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
When a rich man speaketh, every man out of his tongue.
Right,
And look what he said.
right.
They extol into the clouds. But if the poor man speak, they say, "What fellow is this?" And if he stumble, they will have to overthrow him.
Yeah, you're a bum. Look at you.
Did you hear the main point though? If you stumble, they will help to overthrow you. And that's what they're waiting for with us. They're waiting for us to stumble so they can overthrow us.
Yes.
That's what they're waiting for. So this great, what do you brothers call it? The great, the great, a persecution that's about to come upon us as great GMS. No, I'm talking about the persecution. Because they're gonna try to demonize us in the media.
Okay.
And that great persecution, these people can't wait to join.
I knew it.
Yeah.
I always knew these guys.
Yeah,
That's why they're already doing it on TikTok.
yeah. And it's not even a fault because the elect it tells you that the elect are pure. It's really it's fabricated. They have to lie.
The world hated me. They hated you. I wish I said that.
Yeah.
It's rough.
Yeah, they with Yahweh Shai, they actually when you go to his account, they actually had to lie.
Yeah.
There was no real stumbling.
That's what it means. Been framed as a seat.
Yeah.
Already framed this.
They have to accept it. I was trying. Because will show its power. So when he says negative the prophets, so we're gonna have to go through it.
Yes.
That's right.
You have to go through that in order to obtain that glory.
Yes.
So that's a part of the fire. When it's talking about the fire, that's what brothers are talking about the fire on one side, water on the other side. That's what we're going through. We're going through that.
And when a lot mentioned about every man's workshop and try. It's just fire.
God.
Yeah, purified and made,
Oh, you did.
purified and made white. Sorry, go ahead.
Hold on, Mayan, were you done?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I didn't know you had more.
Yeah. First Corinthians 1:37. But Yahweh had chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise.
Mhm.
Yahweh hath chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty, and base things of the world, and things which are despised hath Yahweh chosen. When you look at anywhere in the world you go, the Israelites are despised. They're looked down upon. They treat us like we're the weakest of anyone. The Italian guy from Italy, it says that the black players in the World Cup shouldn't play because they
Yeah, they're from Africa or whatever. Yeah, I hear that too.
Yeah.
Fucking folly.
all these black people, so you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you bring that back to the scriptures, it's telling you that the weakest is going to is pretty much going to confound the wise,
Yeah.
right? Which is all these people are speaking this nonsense.
Yeah.
Right now, he's sitting back like, yo, I shouldn't have said that because now you look stupid. All you
Yeah.
people out there who's looking down at the prophets and the highways and the byways, talking down to us, you're gonna look stupid later.
Yeah.
Right?
Hey,
Send me that.
I it's funny, I hear that all the time in the gym. So a lot of foreigners from the East, they'll say all these black people in these, and in my like, Putin came out on national TV. You want to talk about Europe and black people in just Africa,
Yeah.
Africa, right?
Brought the
Who-
brought it up.
Man went on national and just went like this and opened the whole thing, and all you see is Jake.
They're not ready for,
That's all Europe,
yeah, they're not ready for.
you know.
Cognitive dissonance.
Cognitive
Exactly.
dissonance.
It's painful to you.
You can't process it.
It just hits you. You're just looking up.
Which goes back to the block set with the word form. They've already gave us a form.
Right.
They can't unsee you as a nigga. They unsee you as a
Hey,
degenerate.
but you know, Esau's a great mind fuck.
Oh my
Now Esau's getting mad. Hey, there's more Black Vikings now in shows. Hey, the Odyssey has
Yeah.
not enough Troy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Again, this man took the truth away, made you comfortable.
Right.
Now he's giving you the truth.
Yeah.
Right.
You're thinking that
Reject.
it's you're oppressing whites. You know, Esau.
Mhm.
Yeah. Now, see what they're doing. They're taking over. This is
Even
you were bamboozled, you know, for generations into thinking, oh,
God.
that TV show on Netflix, that Queen Charlotte.
yeah, all
So,
that's what I'm saying.
Jake was
Okay, no, Bridgerton was a Bridgerton. I can't watch this anymore.
Yes.
You go on Reddit. Oh, this is too much.
Yeah.
This is bullshit.
The elites, right? They have to pretty much tell the truth. You know?
Yes.
So that's part of their little on their left hand side.
But it's
very true.
antagonizing the Esau white nationalists.
Right.
Yes.
Right, they're getting more amped up.
Right.
Baker's Rebellion, all over again.
They're the ultimate double agents.
Yeah.
Very fickle.
Yeah.
Time.
Hey, Slacky, these people, man, it's funny because even like your rulers, your Edomite rulers and Moabite rulers, all of them, they laugh at you when you get butthurt about them showing you the truth because they don't even care about you.
Yeah.
You're not anything to them. You were just children of complaining parents during the Baker's Rebellion. If you know the history of Baker Rebellion, it was Jake, Esau, everybody complaining. Some of those Edomites that look like Edomites could have been Jake, right? And what did they do? They say, okay, well, you know what? These guys look like us. Let's give them status, white. But you were nothing to them in the beginning.
Yeah.
They just
He did the lesson, Shemai. Lyndon, was it Lyndon B. Johnson?
Yeah.
He made that saying. He said, if
If you convince the poor white man that he's better than the rich black colored man, then you can steal money from out of the poor white man's pockets, and they wouldn't even bat an
beautiful,
eye.
bro.
What-
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Because just that feeling
Yeah.
of feeling important.
Yeah.
Because and that's what I was about to say. Them so-called white men think that it's easy to trigger a nigga, which it is, right?
Yeah.
That's why these niggas they rebel over the smallest things or riot. But it's even easier to trigger a so-called white man. But you have to know the truth.
Exactly.
That's why we are no longer triggered by words like nigga.
Yeah.
Esau can come in and he's wondering how come we're not triggered because we know who you are, devil.
Yes.
Yeah.
We know you're nothing but a fucking caveman.
Yeah.
And if we were really supposed to attack Esau the way we want to, he would literally shit himself.
Yeah.
Because he's a nobody to us.
Yeah. And we know his destiny. We know he's
Exactly.
So if we fall down the ball, you probably a nigga, say you're going into slavery. So it is what it is.
let me read the same thing. The wild man.
Time. And then you got it.
Johnson, President Lyndon B. Johnson. If you can convince the lowest white man he's better than the best colored man, he won't notice you're picking his pocket.
Damn.
Hell, give him somebody to look down on, and he'll empty his pockets for you.
Damn.
Smart, shrewd, crafty, man.
And then the thing about it too is, remember, the Italian, the Irish, they weren't classified as white.
Right.
They were actually lynched.
Right.
They were oppressed.
Yeah.
Then,
Wow.
then they just, let us umbrella the skirt.
Yeah, right. That's right.
That's why we watch this. The second Godfather, from the beginning, you have the senator talking with Michael. And he's like, let me just be frank. He's like, I don't like you. He's like, I don't like you coming out to this clean country with your oily hair and your
That's right.
trying to pass off as decent Americans. Your whole fucking family. He's like, I'm gonna squeeze you for the money. All right. So you being bold, right?
Wow.
He told you that
Yeah.
second.
Yeah.
But again, it's all confusion, man. That's
Yeah,
why
yeah.
We're here to tell you there's Israelites that look like Edomites.
Exactly.
Like, we're here to set the record straight.
That's right.
How about Shimei Shai?
Sure.
Psalm 14.
Yeah. All confusion.
Especially this African shit.
Yeah,
Jake is still unable to get out of this African shit.
yeah.
Yes, okay, cool. We were in Africa, but do you know you ruled Europe even longer? Do you
Most
know
of
that?
us came from Europe.
Yeah,
Most of us came from
yeah.
Europe.
Then Africa.
But like what the elder just said, the elder not just say that Putin just opened up the fucking books.
Yeah.
And you guys are still talking about I'm African.
Yeah.
Okay, motherfucker.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
cool. My bad.
What's your blood type?
I mean, that's why the products are so friendly.
Yeah. Speak up.
So friendly because you're tearing down those strongholds, because of those mindsets and those bywords, telling people their true biblical nationality, because that like people don't this gross darkness out.
Yes.
See? So basically they're basically like shining that light to give up people the understanding. Because the scriptures talk about how to turn down one Jacob and now be illuminated. You can be illuminated in righteousness too.
Right.
Of course, because this African shit, this African identity, where's it bringing you? It's bringing you to a place where you're accepting the rituals of Africa.
Yes.
Whether it's sex magic, whether it's their gods, right? So it's bringing you back into the idolatry which your brother started with. When you accept the identity of an Israelite or your tribe, you say to yourself, "Oh, I'm supposed to have a beard. I'm supposed to eat this. I'm not supposed to eat." It leads you back to who? Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Jake don't want that. They don't want that. They want to go back to Oshun
Yeah.
or Nefertiti.
You don't have to confess when you go to them.
None.
You don't have to confess. You can just walk on in, enjoy the lights, lay back, kick back, get fat, wonton,
Yep.
day in and day out.
Yep.
When you come to the Most High, you have to confess.
Yes.
So,
Wisdom of Solomon
Right.
15. They're gonna confess when it's too late.
right, 5. What's on 5?
It's
Yeah,
like, yeah.
5, yeah. Or maybe, 5.
Yeah, because mentioned that it's a shame. And then with all the African stuff and all these other, well, I want to be this, that, all that's pride.
Yeah.
Puff it up.
Right. Being pride, yeah.
And then you had a downfall in all of those practices.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's still going on.
And it's Isaiah 25:7 too.
And in holy
If you're classifying, classifying Israelites as another nation, political designations and stuff, I mean, it's the covering of
covering cast.
the covering cast.
Yep.
Across the news, yeah.
You got it, brother. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, you got it.
What is that? Says, and things which are despised have Yahweh chosen, and things which are not to bring to naught things that are, that no flesh should glory in his presence.
Ooh.
And that's it, yeah. So nothing to be proud and boastful about. We gotta be humble. We do this work of the Heavenly Father in humility and pray we receive his mercy and grace.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
Exactly.
That's right.
Servants.
No, you got it. You got it. Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
Isaiah 65, the GMT. The Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushua said, I was ready to answer my people's prayers, but they did not pray. I was ready for them to find me, but they did not even try. The nation did not pray to me, even though I was always ready to answer. Here I am. I will help you. I've always been ready to welcome my people who stubbornly do what is wrong and go their own ways. They shamelessly keep on making me angry. They offer pagan sacrifices at scared gardens.
See, the Lord has the spirit on us to keep bringing out sacred things. Has us to keep bringing out the idolatry because that's the essence. Yeah, that
If you can get that production.
Yeah.
no, that's okay. That's good. The essence of our downfall is serving other gods. Literally, the essence of it. That's it. The spirit keeps bringing idolatry. Go ahead.
And burn incense on pagan altars. At night, they go to caves and tombs to consult the spirits of the dead.
That's right.
They eat pork.
And that's heavy amongst our people right now, man. You can go on social media and see these women reading tarot cards.
Yes.
Yeah, because you so-called black men started going way back, but these Rastafarians, the Christian church, you have uplifted the woman to a goddess, and now she believes it.
Yeah.
So this is really you men's fault. You've uplifted her. This
Cultivating it the whole.
you've been cultivating her the whole your mama. You niggas have been doing it, and now you're wondering. Oh, I wonder why. You've been fucking cultivating her. Now she's created. You created a monster. There you go. Now you can't control her. You created her. She's there. There you go. Black man, so-called black man. You created the bitch. Now you want to put her back in her place? Too late, nigga. Too late.
Jeremiah, it says how the children was back with the women, and the women were being
Bread.
don't
Right, yeah.
in kings between the head, and the man was involved in that. Also,
Well, Jeremiah was cursing them out. And then the woman was like, listen, Jeremiah. All right, don't think our husbands weren't helping us either. The same ones that you call priests, they were in on it too. So wiping her mouth and says she has done nothing. So you know order.
Right.
Because when you get pointed at, you point to the man. Oh wow, yeah.
That was Eve. That's the spirit of Eve. That's the spirit of Eve. Right? That rebelliousness is the spirit of Eve. And that's why these Eve today are unable to what? To grow. Because remember, we as the men who followed after the first Adam, we now are following after the second Adam, and we never created that new standard for the woman yet. So the woman only has one model to go off of, which is Eve. And Eve is a rebellious bitch.
And what you said earlier though is right on point too, because Adam pointed at Eve and said he said to Yahweh, it's the woman that you gave me that made me go off. Right?
Damn. Not understanding it's his job to fix it.
Yeah.
It's our job.
Yeah.
Right? And it's so funny. I didn't even want to say it on camera. I'll say it after camera because a lot of people are coming to the understanding that you're going to have to get physical. But like the scripture says, that people will be willing in the day of thy power.
Yeah. Hey, the Lord's gonna have it where the prophets we can watch. Like it's a movie theater. While all she that's your enemy.
Exactly.
So it's our studies. I'm the one.
That's it.
Happy Maria playing in the back. Watching the destruction. You know?
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead. That's right. That's right. Finish up. You got it.
They eat pork and drink broth made from meat offered in pagan sacrifices.
Hey, and these are special days. What you brothers are reading, you're not understanding there's days that are tied to that. I'm talking about it could have been the solstice or the day.
Wait, it definitely was. It definitely was.
Christmas. Christmas is what? What day is that? Who knows? Saturnalia. Saturnalia is tied to eating what? Pork.
Also,
That's the ham.
also it's right after the winter solstice.
That's right.
21st.
That's right.
Yeah, 25th.
That's right.
The whole time.
Yeah.
Serious time.
Go ahead, brother.
And then they say to others, keep away from us. We are too holy for you to touch. I cannot stand people like that. My anger against them is like a fire that never goes out. I have already decided on their punishment, and their sentence is written down. I will not.
Hey, like one of their sacrifices during the time of the Passover is what? Is eating bread with leaven, not understanding how wicked that is. That's how bugged out people are. Right? They're so bugged out that they actually think they're doing something righteous, not understanding they're committing the sin.
But that's why, like personally, I don't know you brothers, but every year that time comes around, there's a vexation because all I see is the bread and
The music.
fun and cheese.
Oh my gosh.
It's like, bro, this is like friction. Like it just feels way off. It feels off, bro.
It's so off.
We're in a time of serious austerity,
Yes.
solemnness.
Yes.
You guys are partying, eating beast, leaven, bugged out. And that's a smoke to the most size,
Fun.
Finish it up. I have already decided on their punishment, and their sentence is written down. I will not overlook what they have done, but will repay them for their sins and the sins of their ancestors.
Yeah, like you people that right now we're getting into a child sacrifice, like this little kid that they just found, and they said, "Oh, we deemed it was non-suspicious." You niggas are
Hamilton.
you're just learning about witchcraft. You don't understand there's levels, man. You niggas that have to, in Jamaica, I killed the goat. Yeah, I'm an artist now. I'm a top reggae artist. Nigga, the next level is maybe your family, maybe a child. There's levels, man. I slit his throat. I killed the chicken. That's level one. You're still at step one. Oh, I drank blood. That's step one. There's still steps to go, man. Steps to go. Soon you'll find out you probably have to sleep with the goat. Are you ready for that?
Isn't that what
Well,
you
they
said?
say, yeah, they say the scripture says, folly is set in great dignity.
That's right.
That's all it is, man. Fuel for the fire.
They have burned incense at pagan hills, shrines, and spoken evil of me. So I will punish them as their past deeds deserve.
Yeah, just like Halloween, right? Samhain, right? Type of sacrifices are done during that time. So every time of the year is marked by a specific sacrifice with a specific animal or sacrifice.
Yeah.
It's just how it works.
Every day of the year it's a veneration to one of their gods.
That's correct.
All 365.
That's correct.
Every single day you wake up, if you don't have the Rakakadash, you're worshiping an idol.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Period.
That's why that even further goes down that we gotta remain humble.
But that's the mindset. Even if you read a Grok, they brought it out. Even self-worship,
Yes.
self-image.
Yes. Yes.
Third way, you're already dabbling in idolatry. Self-worship.
Yeah,
is
you're right.
idolatry.
Makeup. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. Self-worship is idolatry. Yep.
Birthdays.
Yeah.
Why you guys? It's a happy time. It's a celebration.
Yeah.
The kids.
It's
It's
kids. Hey, the word kids.
That's it.
Oh yeah. Sure. Go ahead, brother.
Jeremiah 23, verse 20. Okay, the anger of the Lord Yahweh will not turn back until he fully accomplishes the purpose of his heart in days to come.
Yeah.
Clearly. So every prophecy is in the bosom that comes to pass.
Mhm.
A lot of what's read is upset with this.
That's right.
Shipping idols.
Yep. Con. I got something here if brothers don't got anything. This is Jeremiah 2:18. In the NLT it says, "What have you gained by your alliances with Egypt and your covenants," right? Sacrifices and selling your soul, your covenants with Assyria. What good to you are the streams of the Nile, which are all ties to worshiping their gods. The Nile River for the Egyptian was a god, right? It says, or the waters of the Euphrates River.
Hey, that guy in India, he drank out of one of their holy rivers and fucking nearly died.
Oh shit, you see that?
Because that shit is fucking polluted.
Ganges River?
Yeah.
Oh, the Ganges. That's the dirtiest
Oh god,
water in the world.
he almost died.
Yes.
But they literally, the man's like, yeah, we put dead bodies in there, it's trash, piss, shit in there, the bait in there. The man's in the boat. He's like, yeah, look. Yeah. Mouthwash. Yeah. Fuck. The man's like, they needed to eat him white. He's like, the stench is unbearable. Look. It's just like, I can't describe the stench. The blogger. He's like,
That's Esau.
yeah.
That's Esau.
He's like, I can't describe it. It's unbearable.
Elam, man.
Idolatry.
Yeah.
Bro,
Idolatry.
idolatry. Because remember, those people, they're actually clean. They're supposed to be spaces.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're supposed to be clean.
Yeah, it's true.
Even their gold, the gold
Yeah,
that they wear
very.
long,
They only wear, I think, 18 or 20.
or 24.
They don't get 14 years old. They wear 10.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
They don't do 14. That's against 24.
Yeah, but
But you still
When you see it.
But the other side is you could be walking in your country and the guy will just pull his pants down and shit right before.
Oh yeah, yes.
Get up and go. Like
Yeah.
this thing happened.
Yeah.
showing you. Yeah.
They're doing it right on. They're doing it on Saga Beach. Yeah. These
Go.
guys don't put any less.
Go. Or go behind a cow and wash their face with the cow's
Yeah. This is Jeremiah 2:19. Your wickedness will bring its own punishment. Your turning from me will shame you. You will see what an evil, bitter thing it is. You will see what an evil and bitter thing it is to abandon the Lord your power and not to fear him. I, the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, of heaven's armies, have spoken.
Hey, and it's crazy because, like the scripture says, the demons fear. So the demons you're worshiping, they fear the power that you're telling the world not to fear.
He said the devil's spirit, no, they believe this, they don't.
Yes, that's who you're giving your power to, as a fucking bumped out Jake or a heathen.
Yeah.
You're giving your power to something that fears and trembles.
Your power.
Your power. Damn.
That's why the Lord said it's going to be a shame to you because everybody's against you because I chose you, but you're running to everybody else for alliances and protections and covenants, right? When you jump down, it says, verse 22, no amount of soap or lye can make you clean. I still see the stain of your guilt. Going back to that confession. Go ahead. Yep.
The only thing that's going to clean up these 2/3 is the fire,
Yes.
right? The destruction.
Yes. Yes.
And that's gonna be brutal because they're gonna be ready to confess. But the Lord works in time frames. You can confess all you want, but this is not the time of mercy.
Hey, and that's how you know that fire is going to be something that we don't even understand. People think, oh, death is quick. This death won't be quick. It's gonna be a long, like agonizing hand.
The Lord said he's gonna be in the fire.
Jeez.
He's gonna make sure he's
He's
there.
gonna torment you. He's gonna torment you.
Come on, man.
He's gonna torment you.
He is like us.
Yeah, but with mercy.
Yes.
Damn.
Judgment with mercy.
Yeah. There's a certain, because even when I was listening to Chronicles, certain kings, how the Most High was punishing them, they always go into especially Hezekiah.
God.
He was like waiting for Hezekiah to, oh, so you did this, but you didn't repent.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna turn up this punishment a little bit more. Most sides.
Yeah, he's done to play with, man.
No, he's not a
He's
joke.
done to play with.
He said, I pondered the direction of my life. He said, I pondered, actually sat down, Paul said,
Yeah. Thyself.
examine
Yeah.
yourself.
Whether you be in the faith.
Just be on cruise control, like we might make videos, like on the highway, every days, send prayers,
Come on.
internal.
Like it always says, it's about the relationship.
Yeah.
That
It's about your relationship.
Anything.
Than anything. That's your lifeline. It says, I, the sovereign Lord Yahweh, have spoken. You say, that's not true. I haven't worshipped the images of Baal. But how can you say that? Go and look in any valley or street corner today in the land, face the awful sins you have done. Right? You are like a restless female camel desperately searching for a mate.
Going into accountability. Jake don't want to give that accountability for what we've done.
Yes.
Right? They just want to, hey, we're in this situation because we're poor. We're in this situation because of this.
Yes.
No, we're in this situation because of the man you see in the mirror.
Right. And Jake is they're bugged out like we've been saying, right? They're bugged out like we've been saying. But you'll say, okay, oh, we don't worship Baal, but on that corner you have a church venerated to Jesus Christ. That's Baal.
Right. Yeah.
They don't understand.
Yeah, because who is Jesus? Right? To prove what the brother is saying, who is Jesus is the God of love. So when these Christians are always telling you he's the God of love, my God is love. Who is that? Yeah. Who's the God of love? Who's the God of love? It's going back to what the brother just said. It's Baal. Just like the month of June. Those people have the heart. You might see your neighbor right now in the neighborhood that I'm living in. They have the red heart or the blue heart, which is going into occultism. But they believe in the God of love. Who is the God of love? It's going into Bacchus, which is Baal. It's all the same fucking shit.
That's it.
So those people believe that's what, pardon? Cupid.
Cupid.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you. That's the God of love.
When they say love is love, they're talking about rioting, madness.
Exactly.
Right.
That's what they're talking about.
Right.
That's what they're talking
Not talking about the size line.
Exactly. So you might say, oh my gosh, it's such a nice symbol. Nope. That person believes in everything the elder just mentioned.
Yeah.
And that's what you're gonna go into for Caravana. Caravana's up next. That's the God of love, the God of revelry. So wife swapping. So that's why they do what they do in the churches.
All worship.
The pastor, you guys are complaining with the pastor sleeping with my wife. He's the God of love.
Love is love. Love is love. Love is love. Love is love.
You gonna say something, brother?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Art symbol goes back to the ivy leaf.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Which goes back into what? Your Ivy school. Which goes back to what? Your bachelor's degree. Which goes into what? Your baccalaureate. Which
Yeah.
goes back to who? Bacchus.
What happens in university? Even the low level people.
Even the exactly.
Drinking.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Damn.
even the ones that are not in the fraternities are taking care
That's the spirit of
universities.
yeah, college. Yeah, college.
Yeah.
And that's what you're saving up your life savings for to send your children to.
Yeah.
So you are taking part in the ritual.
Yeah.
And then you don't feel like you've accomplished anything as a parent unless you send your child to that
Yeah.
indoctrination. Learning.
On left hand side.
Which the only thing you're saying is that you're getting your child ready for their degrees to climb that ladder.
Yeah, you initiate.
The initiation into enlightenment.
Yeah.
But you don't even know that because you're bugged out.
It's a
You don't even know.
Yeah.
You're the idol. Such great war they call kings.
Yeah. That's bro, that's I know it covers everything. Yeah. You wanna say something?
So to say they show you that in those American Pie movies. It's all about drinking and
Oh yeah, American Pie.
It's not about learning anything.
Yes. Yeah. It says, verse 24, Jeremiah 2:24, NLT. You are like a wild donkey sniffing in the wind at mating time. And this is a real thing when you look it up. Like you can't touch female donkey.
Like the camel.
Exactly. Yeah, you can't. They'll kill you. Like donkey will kill you.
Just touch on a good point because those same people that leave college, what positions do they get in the world? The top positions.
Managers.
But these people, did they earn any of that? No, they didn't. These people are the degenerates of college, university. They're the drunkards. They're the cokeheads.
Yes.
So who's your judge? A cokehead.
Yes.
Who's your politician? A fucking crackhead.
Yeah.
A meth head. He's the guy. Who's if you see you're a lawyer and she's a girl, guess what she was? She was just a temple prostitute like the elder always told her. That's all they were.
Yeah.
That's how they got the position.
That's the prerequisite.
That's the
Prerequisite.
Yeah, because it's all relationships, right?
And then
It's like the Masonic order. Like they don't put on people that are the most qualified to do the job. They put on their lodge brother, their lodge sister.
Yes.
So it's all relationships.
Right, brothers.
Yeah, beyond the nepotism, even right?
Yeah.
Where you pass it down to your child because of your standing in society. It's all relationships.
They become a priest. You know, you're going like when you go to those colleges, it's a temple. You become a priest, so now you're a doctor. You went to the temple for 8 years, 12 years. You learn the practices of witchcraft,
Right.
but they didn't tell you it was witchcraft.
That's right.
They told you it was being.
And now with the doctor, you understand, oh, this is why we have to sacrifice kids. And we'll call it
Right.
It was malpractice. Or on abortion.
This you mentioned that we're coming into the month of August. That's termed in the medical field as killing season.
Damn.
Because that's when those people that are almost out on their own as doctors, but not yet.
Yeah.
They get more responsibility and more malpractice happens.
Wow.
Right.
Misdiagnosis and a lot of deaths happen. That's what they call killing season in August. It's the inaugurate, right?
Oh yeah. See,
Which-
look at that shit.
It's
Look
actually
at that shit. Wow. Hey. So it says, finishing up, you are like a donkey wild a wild donkey sniffing in the wind at mating time, who can restrain her lust?
Exactly, but real quick,
Yep,
just to
yep,
back you up,
con-
killing
con.
season is Google is a colloquial medical term, also known as the July effect in the US and the August effect in the UK, referring to the period when newly graduated medical students begin their hospital residency. It is characterized by an increase in medical errors, complications, and mortality rates.
And you have to, this is what they say,
Yeah.
medical students, brothers can do your research. Medical students will let you know, they had to do drugs to stay up,
Yes,
to study and this and
Yeah.
that. They tell you,
Yes.
not me,
yes,
tell you, some of them tell you they reach the brink of a breaking point
yes.
just to make it through, getting their
Degree and
they're not just the medical students, but also lawyers and
All the
yeah,
pastor.
all the priests.
When I was in law school, but they had 3 speakers. One of them was a lawyer and 2 of them were nurses. And that's because of everybody being dependent upon drugs in that field, right?
Damn.
And what you have to do in order to get through, even when you're finished school and you're into a practice, dealing with all these clients, not only the workload, but the kind of clients that you got to deal with.
The degenerates.
The degenerates, these people that touch kids.
And you
Right.
and you swear an oath that you cannot speak on what
Yes.
they tell you.
Yes.
You got to keep your secrets.
Hippocratic.
I couldn't
You're an actor. You're an actor.
Yeah.
Right, real quick, finishing up. The UK August in Britain, the first Wednesday of August is sometimes called Black Wednesday. A study analyzing over 300,000 patients found a 6% increase in patient mortality during this transition.
Hey, and what does that Hippocratical oath go against? It goes against the law, statute, and commandments. Where somebody is telling you that, hey, I did rape these little kids, but I'm sorry, I can't say anything because under my lawyer something privilege. Nigga, so you know this motherfucker did the crime, but you got to try and fight for his freedom.
Well, hey,
That goes against the law, statute, and commandments.
in the temple, who takes care of the sacrifices?
The
The
Levite.
priest. The
Yeah,
priest.
priest.
That's how you know. That's what you become when you go. When you go to these colleges, it's a temple. You're being initiated. Exactly. You're just becoming a priest. So that's like a high priestess sacrifice. Yeah.
That's why he's called an attorney.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
Right.
Go ahead.
So it says, those who desire her don't need to search for her, or for she goes running to them. When will you stop running? When will you stop panting after other gods? But you say, save your breath. I am in love with these foreign gods. Now, yeah, save your breath. I'm in love with these foreign gods.
That's 2/3 of the people in a nutshell, man. They love everything but Yahweh Shemot. They love Kemet. They love Shiva Jatis. They love Planet X. And the Guru, Muhammad, Anunnaki, Selassie.
But that's why it does that. The Greeks, they desire to hear new thing or new wisdom, new knowledge. Right? Mars Hill. What do you think the niggas are doing? Talking what different philosophies? Niggas are crazy.
And that's how you know the scriptures is right when it says, I have set forth my prophet last. Because where's the new thing? There is no new thing. Everything has come and gone. This is it. There's nothing else. Where's the next thing? Where's the new Egyptologist? Where's the new Islam? Nothing else. That's how you know we're at the end. Also, they're not coming up with this new thing. There's nothing new.
Yeah.
They'll see Bishop Pride for one in the
Right. Right. It says, I'm in love with those foreign gods, and I can't stop loving them now. Right? Israel's like a thief who feels no shame, who feels shame only when he gets caught. Which is, that's wicked for an Israelite. That's heavily wicked. That means, anyways, it says
They fear the shame more than the actual. They fear the shame more than the actual act of doing the bullshit. They trust that.
yeah.
Or the board.
They just see it, yeah. They just see it as like, hey, it was like a wrong turn at the plan. I gotta revise my plan.
Yeah, but that's why the scripture says the woman, she wipes her mouth like she's done nothing.
Yeah.
Right? She, like the brother said, she knows what she did is wrong, but she wipes her mouth like she did nothing. And then when you come home, she's like, "Mwah. Hi, honey. How was your day?"
Yeah. Israel's like a thief who feels no shame, or who only feels shame when he gets caught.
Mhm.
They
And then when the wicked woman gets caught, you know, she gaslight me. It's because you're not paying attention to me.
right. Right.
That's right. Hey,
Yeah.
but that's because you have no power to do anything. She knows no judgment's gonna come from you.
You guys are literally rumors
That's all.
in this kingdom.
That's all that it is.
You know, it's
That's all.
she'll call another man with a sword to get you out of that.
Because she knows that it's judgment.
Can't shit.
It says they, their kings, officials, priests, and prophets are all are alike in this. To an image carved from a piece of wood.
Mhm.
You A-list celebrity jakes, you lay ninjas, right? That's you.
That's right.
And what's the new image of this world? Their ideology. Ideology has become the new image of this world, whether that's democracy, feminism, woman worship, whatever the fuck it is. That's new image of this world because they put it on, right? That's what the month of June was about. Month of June was idolatry, but it's also an idea. It's an idea that, hey, love is love. I can love who I want to love. And that's the mindset of this world. Can't tell them nothing.
Yeah.
But then you as a so-called Israelite man, if you were supposed to say, okay, I want to love more than one woman. No. That's wicked though.
Yeah.
That's evil.
Toxic. Toxic mess. I thought something was love. Hypocrites. You're a cheater.
Not for you. Not for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Not
They're
that
different.
Yeah. They're special.
We can manage anything else but that.
exactly. Not that though.
They're going to I know.
Anyways, that's how you know. That's how you know it's spirits. These people, like, they don't know what they're doing. When they curse you out, you just see the spirit on them.
Yeah.
They don't know what the hell they're doing.
Hey, that's why I forgot who said it years ago at the highways. They said when we're talking to you people, we're not talking to you, we're talking to
The spirit in you. Yeah.
look at these people's eyes. They're not there.
They're not there.
The lights are on, but
They're not there. They're not there. Hey, if you've ever, like, a lot of you guys, maybe you live with your woman, the last thing you should do is actually argue with her. The first thing you should do is go quiet. The demon that's in her can't rest. The demon in her is gonna come out. So you chill, you're quiet, you could stare at the bitch. Stare at it. Because you're really gonna aggravate the demon, and then you'll see the demon come out. Right? So yeah, the argument means nothing because you're gonna aggravate yourself. You're gonna probably punch, fight, curse. Now you're out of yourself. Now that spirit's on you. And then she's like, got him. because she triggered you.
Yeah, that's what King David did with his wife there. Yeah, her name I think was
Yeah.
Kyle.
Yeah.
Michael.
Yeah.
Yeah, she came against him because he was dancing for the Most High, but like no, not fun with her. So he's just like look, he's just like no, he put her aside. No,
Shut her up and
they kept her aside.
shut her
That
up
was it.
and give her no.
And that was a
Yeah.
Benjamite woman, so you knew her mouth.
Yeah, Kyle.
You know the mouth of a Benjamite woman. Jeez.
Yeah.
He
Benjamin.
made her a eunuch for the rest of her life.
Yeah, that's it. He put us aside. That was it.
Wow.
Yeah.
It says to an image carved from a piece of wood, they say, you are my father. To an idol chiseled from a block of stone, they
So called ancestors.
Yes.
The god Odin, Thor, they had wooden posts.
Yep, the
And the
Celts.
hands were really skilled at chiseling it and making it look really good. Like it's like AI today, and they can actually like float. He was a master woodsman.
Yes, he was. Yep.
That's he make bolts. He could chisel this. They would have like the totem poles like that. It's all the same shit.
Or
Yeah.
they would chisel the image of that god in the tree.
Right.
It was a father god, like a god of the woods. They also did that with Sir Nunos or Per Nunos, the woodland god, the antler god, which is where you get Pan, right? The deer god, the stag god.
It says, you are my father, to an idol chiseled from a block of stone.
That's where you get action figures today. We have action figures today. Back then, they had idols. Today, you have it in movies and music. They no longer need to give you an action figure. Back in the day, you take something and bring it with you. Now you could just watch a movie and see your idol, or you could go on your phone. Hey, did you see? Did you see the way the people reacted to Ronaldo?
Yeah.
That's an idol.
Yeah.
That's a god.
Yeah.
People literally lost their minds.
Yeah.
You know how much mans brought their wives and their wives passed out to see another man? Literally passed out.
They're thinking about him, he's popular. Man's popular, they're thinking,
Yeah. Damn.
hey, so that stag, that's where you get the word stag party from.
Yeah, exactly.
Bachelor party,
Con.
and the woman gets dick down before
Before her fucking wedding. She gets the file before the wedding day.
It says, of stone, they say, you are my mother. They turn their backs on me, but in times of trouble, they will cry out to me.
Hey, just like the Jakes in America, and even you Jakes here.
Yep.
You call your college as a place of higher learning my alma mater, my all nourishing mother. Right? So you give the glory to wherever you went to school, and that's what they do. These Greek fraternities and sororities, they stamp themselves. Some of them get branded, literally branded to their alpha city. God damn, bro.
Says, but in times of trouble, they cry out to me. Come and save us. But
Like R. Kelly. That's one of my funny when he was with Gail. Yeah. He was crying. I do this. I do this. You know, like Tyrese. Shayla, oh Shayla. They cry. They're crying out. Where's all my rich friends? I got millionaire friends. Ain't none of them here. We know. They turned their back on you.
Verse 28, it says, but why not call on these gods you have made? See, that's how you know, yo, Jake is wicked, because you know what you're doing is folly. You know what you're doing is folly. That's why the Lord said, why don't you call on these gods? If you believe in them and reverend them, why are you calling on me, the one that you say is too harsh or isn't here? So you know I've been here the whole time. It's just that, now judgment has come. Now you want salvation. Right? It says, that's why the Lord, everything he's doing, everything that's happening, Jacob's trouble, your own individual walk in your life, is to test what's inside of you. It's to test what's inside of you. It says, but why not call on these gods you have made? When trouble comes, when trouble comes, let them save you if they can. For you have many gods, as there are towns in Judah. Why do you accuse me of doing wrong? You are the ones who have rebelled, says the Lord. I have punished your children. I have punished your children, but they did not respond to my discipline. You yourselves have killed your prophets, as a lion kills its prey.
Hey, that's why in Malachi 1, verse 2, it lets know they said, wherein have you loved us? So Jake is so rebellious, they look at the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob and say, that God don't love me. That's crazy.
Like Tupac said, if God loves us, Khan, you got it. I'm done with this.
That's all.
Yeah. Oh, okay, Khan.
James 1 and 21, AMP. So get rid of all uncleanness and all that remains of wickedness, and with a humble spirit receive the word of the Most High, which is implanted, actually rooted in your heart, which is able to save your souls.
And that's why a lot of people will never be rooted in this, because like you said, it has to be implanted. And the Lord is going to test you to see if it's implanted or if it's rooted.
The parable with the outside. When winds came, beat upon that house.
That's a really good one.
Grounded.
Yes.
But built upon sand.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Stone.
Well, no, he said the sand.
But built upon a rock?
Yeah, the rock, sand, which is like unsure.
Yeah.
Or thorns.
Verse 22, but prove yourselves doers of the word, actively and continually obeying the Most High's precepts, and not merely listeners who hear the word but fail to internalize its meaning, deluding yourselves by unsound reasoning contrary to the truth.
Right. This is why the scriptures say, knowledge is good, wisdom is good. And wisdom is the principal thing. When you get wisdom, with all that you get understanding. You have to know why the Lord said this and the implications front, back, and center. So that what you don't know, Esau or Satan can't use, Esau can't use against you. That's why it's saying what it's saying. Like, read that again, Sean.
On top,
Just that last part you read.
not merely listeners who hear the word but fail to internalize its meaning, deluding yourselves by unsound reasoning contrary to the truth.
Right.
That word deluding goes into pretty much lying to yourself,
Yeah.
fooling yourself, and you're not counting the cost, right? Because if you really count the cost, you say, look, it might come a time in this truth where I might have to separate from my woman, my children, my job. And things are gonna come rough, and I gotta choose, right? Like Paul said, shall death, shall principalities, shall heights, shall
Separate us from the
separate us from the Most High. Right? So this is life and death. It's not just
And unsound because it's not backed up by anything factual. There's no standard there. There's nothing to look to and say, this is the precedent and this is how you should act accordingly. It's unsound doctrine.
And what proves what you're saying is true is because what prophecy is coming up? The mark of the beast. So that the time of the great separation is going to come.
the trial. What's it called? The hour of temptation that comes upon the whole
The
world.
whole world.
God. Like, okay, for example, in terms of understanding, let's say the scriptures say, be not ignorant of any manner, nor great or small. Right? And prudence is looking at what you do now and seeing what happens ahead. That's how you get understanding. Right? So if you look at the Lord's instructions and he says, don't put off the Lord day to day. And then you go putting off the Lord day to day, you have to be able to you should be able to tie that action to what can take place in Jacob's trouble. Because everything's connected.
That's right.
Nothing is by accident, nothing's random. So when it's talking about eternalizing, fail to internalize, that's where you get your understanding. It's understanding, okay, if I do this, like I told you guys about the cookies, I like my sweets. But the spirit jacked me up. It's like, yo, how do you don't even know this decision about cookies that you make, right? You don't know if you just keep letting it go on while I'm talking to you, you don't know what's going to happen when all hell breaks loose. That decision you're making is going to be another decision that will be tied to your salvation, your soul, even though it's small. Like I work on, I run, I'm going to burn. I just one. No, I said none. Go get a fruit. That's what it means by when you get wisdom, get understanding. You have to get understanding. You have to know why it relates to what's coming.
Proverbs 4:7, wisdom is the principal thing, therefore with all that it is.
Understanding. You know? Those it on that?
Yeah,
Those it on that? Who had a shark?
Oh, yeah, because you went into different gods, as we were talking about today.
Yeah.
The type, how many gods are in the world and people worship? Exact number of gods. It's impossible to quantify. Oh, wow. Impossible. Since anthropologists estimate that humans have worshipped at least 80,000 different deities through history. It also tells me the book in Chinese stand, every time we go into activity, we worship different gods. So like the other mentioned now, people's coming.
Mhm.
A couple of years, the end of the meeting is gonna be a nut.
Oh,
Yes.
get one.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's crazy that they can't even quantify it, how many gods
No.
people worship.
How many demons are there, bro?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Influence life. So I'm bringing some real quick.
Yeah, Con. Yeah. I was
This
done.
is Proverbs 4:7 NLT. Getting wisdom is the wisest thing you can do, and whatever else you do, develop good judgment.
Right.
The AMP is a little bit more. The beginning of wisdom is get skillful and godly wisdom. It is preeminent, and with all you're acquiring, get understanding. Actively seek spiritual discernment, mature comprehension, and logical interpretation.
Mhm.
But the point of spiritual discernment Paul mentions being spiritually mature.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You can receive this.
Yes.
Certain things you can't receive.
Yes.
Different levels.
Yeah.
Brothers, you know. So that's why it's just best to follow order. If the
Exactly.
apostle says something, it comes down. Just follow the order.
You don't know what's going on.
You know.
I was always saying, new levels, new devils.
You don't want to do what
Yeah.
spiritually.
Yeah.
I want that. That was it.
Yeah. Come. Exactly.
Even like, come and say, even going society, like, even like, one day, even all many gods, like, every day of the week, so you worship every day of the week, separate for different God. Or even the months too, the months, so all different gods. Even the planets as well. They're all different gods, you know, that they worship, you know, like Jupiter, Mars, they're all different gods that they worship. So all this, like, based the whole society, like the whole, even though they teach, like, say that the sun, the earth moves on the sun. That's a sun God worship, right? This basically, this society is entrenched in all these different, all these like myriad of different gods, right?
That's right.
Research.
And the way that we teach it, because remember, these people are spiritually, they're messed up.
Yeah.
So you gotta bring them, you gotta compound things for them. So when you bring it to the lowest level or to the smallest denominator, how many gods are there? It's really truly only three, right? The Father God, the Mother God, and their Son, right? Which goes back to Semiramis, exactly. Brother Stella said it, the Trinity, Semiramis, Nimrod, and Tammuz, right? So you always got to compound it just so they understand that everything that you guys are worshiping goes back to this time, right? To where they get it, they're just like, oh, okay. If they can discern that.
Exactly.
Jeremiah 2:13. But my people have committed two evils.
That's right.
They have forsaken the fountain of the living waters and hewed them out cisterns.
That's why we're known as dry bones. Our people are not profitable. Right? They can't be profitable. All you gotta do is have a conversation with a nigga. Then you're gonna understand that everything that's coming out of his mouth is death. Because how do we prove that? Okay, let's start with Money Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather, this guy is amazing. He's one of the greatest boxers that we've ever seen in the history of mankind, literally. With his skill, with his discipline. When it comes to discipline, you can't talk to that man. But what comes out of his mouth? This man can barely fucking read. With all of the millions and millions and millions, you never thought to learn how to read? Why not?
Greek for him.
Riches are not common for a nigga.
And that's the scam dollar. Funny.
Simple. Dead, man.
Yeah, so 50 years exposed them.
Read this, Floyd.
Yeah,
Right.
Read this.
And 50 talking shit about Floyd, while you're bending over and getting things.
Exactly.
So, you know,
Exactly.
This ain't no one again.
Why is he spoiled? Why is he a home slave?
They have forsaken me, the fountain of living waters, and hewed them out cisterns, broken cisterns that can hold no water.
yeah, that's why they're leaders.
I
Like,
never see the straight cap nowhere.
yeah, the leaders, IUIC, all these guys, they can't hold even to their own lives. They're switching up lives because even the little water that's tainted and GMO water you have is seeping out. That's why Yahushua said even the little that they have will be snatched.
Exactly.
It's not even the full right thing, but even that's gonna be taken from you. That's how degenerate
Yes.
you become.
That's right.
Is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled? So we're the princes. Israel means he's the prince of God. He's the
And
prince.
really and truly, before you get to the level of a prince, what are you? You're a servant. You're a servant of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. So is he a servant? Yes, he is. But who is he supposed to serve? Because you niggas are great fucking servants. You love serving your woman. You love serving the white man. You love serving the heathens. But is that who you're supposed to serve? No. No. And you black women, you always talk about you're a goddess, but you're one of the greatest servants that's ever existed. You love wiping people's asses. You go to work every day to wipe some fucking ass. You love it, but you do it for the heathens. And you do it for the damn white man.
The greatest example was the Yahushua said I came to minister, not minister. I'm just keep him as a servant.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
because
couldn't get the will of my father.
all authority.
Yeah. Yeah, Philippians tells you the same thing, like I was saying about when he came, he didn't think it robbery, even though he came in the form of the Most High, which means he had power. He said it called a legion of angels, legions of angels. Right? He thought it not robbery to be equal with the Most High.
Wow,
And he could do that.
wow.
So humility, like Apostle Gabar always says, it's everything in the ministry too, especially when you're serving the Most High.
Well, as a precept,
Oh, that was it?
that's scripture.
Yeah.
It's the book of Ezekiel 18:25, and it reads, it says, yet you say the way of the Lord, the Habashim Shah, is not equal. Here now, O house of Israel, is not my way equal, or not your ways unequal?
So where are you at? Ezekiel?
Ezekiel 18:25.
Okay, fine. 18 and 25.
Read it again. 25. 18:25. 18:25. Yeah. Yeah, read it again. It says, yet you say the way of the Lord, the Habashim Shah, is not equal. Here now, O house of Israel, is that my way equal? Are not your ways unequal? Right? And a righteous man turneth away from his righteousness and committeth iniquity, and dieth in them for his iniquity that he hath done shall he die. Again, when the wicked man turneth away from his wickedness and they have committed, and doeth that which is lawful and is right, shall save his soul alive. That's what the Lord says. Basically, that's the understanding. Okay, so if you do right, you don't get rewarded. If you do wrong, you're gonna get punished. Yeah, people, they can't basically, just like can't, basically they keep, they can't basically reciprocate the same thing.
Yes.
They want to basically, get things easy. They want to get they want to take shortcuts.
Yes.
They want to be able to, to do wrong and get and not be punished.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, because Israel is a forgetful people. You have to, like, they already know that.
Yeah, exactly.
What the Lord's, they already know that.
Right.
The Lord has to call them to remembrance.
So that's like every day is the same
Yep.
thing, but it can still sear off. You gotta
Yep.
hide it, get a shepherd. Every day is the same. The
Yeah.
pastor is the same, but
Yes.
they go off a little.
Yeah, exactly.
Will get lost somewhere.
Yeah.
That's right.
Crazy, man.
So example, like you have these two guys like Adrian Borner and Raging, doing live streaming. So you see that these guys are literally like they're doing the wickedness.
Yes.
Drunkards, okay, you just see like out there like walking boxers.
One
And
time.
these are grown men.
Grown men, son of
Yeah, these are grown men. It's not like
Yeah.
when you see like these young
Yeah.
20-year-olds doing it. These are grown men.
And they're promoting these ways to our people. They're trying to showcase that they're violent, their business, and they're trying to point towards our people, right? Like Reggie, he was involved like with having sex with with trans, with the T's,
Yeah.
right? And I say, that's okay, that you never feel like anything goes about it, right?
Yeah, I forgot the name of his crew. Like he has a crew.
Who, Ray J?
Yeah,
The older brother, the booty bandits.
the booty bandits. Yeah, the booty bandits.
Right. And then when they get like with all these diseases, the more side saying the more side not being fair. But yeah, the guys committing all kind of wickedness. Okay, the drunkards, okay, they have no discipline, right? And just living that lifestyle of lasciviousness. Right. Then they get like with all these diseases, but yeah, they don't blame the Most High for it. It's a people, man. Says verse 28, but because he considereth and turneth away from all his transgressions that he hath committed, he shall surely live, shall not die. Says verse 29, yet said the house of Israel, the way of the Lord Yahweh is not equal. The house of Israel, are not my ways equal? Are not your ways unequal? So the question is basically the fact of the matter is that the Most High, he is righteous. Yeah,
Yes.
people that are rebellious.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And that Jake, they fail to understand that, we fell for a reason, and we're in weak flesh because they'll run to these other religions because these religions make it quote unquote fair for them. In their lack of.
Yeah, kind of.
They make it fair in their lack of. The Lord's like, listen, I gave you the lack of.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to keep worshiping. It's not like you're gonna hide anything from me.
Yeah, that's right.
So, I mean, I did it to you. So there's an open relationship here. What are you talking about? My ways are uneven. It's an open door policy.
Sure. Show more verse. Please. Verse 30. Therefore, I will judge you, house of Israel, everyone according to his ways, said the Lord Yahweh Shai power. Repent and turn yourselves from all your transgressions
So iniquity shall not be ruined.
So if it was uneven, why would he ask you to repent? Why don't you just destroy it right there?
Yeah.
Bring it back and do it all over again.
Yeah, that's mercy. Yeah.
Yo, Jake just needs to go. They just need to fucking go.
But again, if they look at it, they're still a part of the inheritance.
Say it again.
If they look at it, they're still a part of the inheritance,
Yeah, they are.
right? Because in the end, you're gonna get, some inheritance. You might not get as much as some other brothers get in the end, you know what I'm saying? But you're gonna get a part of the inheritance. So what are you complaining about?
Yeah,
The other nation, they're not a part of the inheritance.
exactly.
Shut the fuck up.
That's it.
But sir, they don't get grief for a penny.
And what'd you say?
Penny. Y'all sure said.
We all agree for the.
Oh yeah. And what did he say? He said, "Well, isn't it my penny and do whatever I want with it?" So you're the thing created is telling the creator your ways are unfair. What the hell do you know? Like, what the fuck do you know?
Like your son is telling you that your ways are unfair to him, and he's the one misbehaving.
Like, oh, I want to eat candy. No, you got to eat a fruit. That's not fair. What do you know?
Yeah, but that's why we as men, we got to look at the animals, right? Because just like we want an animal to do what the animal does, that's the same way we were created. We were created to serve, just like the bee was created to serve, or the ant. They don't rebel. They're literally in order. They do exactly what they were created to do every single fucking day. And they produce their children to do the same thing every single fucking day.
Yeah. What did you do? You read 28 and 27?
Yeah, cons.
Okay, con.
30.
Okay, con. Yeah.
That was it.
What was it?
Yeah. Can I bring this up?
Yeah, I got it.
This is Joel 12 and 7 AMP. It says, "Now ask the animals and let them teach you that the Most High does not deal with his creatures
Because it's ordered. Because it's ordered.
Hold on, finish that. Start from the top.
Now ask the animals and let them teach you that the Most High does not deal with his creatures according to their character, and ask the birds of the air and let them tell you."
Interesting. What version is that? AMP?
Proverbs 2:8. Keepeth the paths of judgment, serveth the way of the saints. Then shalt thou understand righteousness and judgment and equity. Yeah, every good path. I'm sure I want to get the word equity and it says it's Maya Shard. It says evenness, uprightness, straightness, equity. Right, fair, balance, right? And basically going back to what you brought up, because the 2/3 of our people, they don't understand judgment.
No.
They don't understand the concept of judgment. Saying,
Right.
When you're upright, when you're righteous, when you're the elect of our people, you understand judgment, you understand righteousness, you understand what's required of you, from Rabbi Shimon Shai.
Yeah.
It's just like a person who's alternative lifestyle. They're asking questions now, saying, "Hey, what happened to the bees? Right? We need bees, or we need this creature. Why? Because the ecosystem's going to be thrown on. But how do you know the ecosystem's going to be thrown off, but your actions are okay?
Right.
Wouldn't your actions be off as well?
Right.
Just by the way you're living.
Yeah.
Like people just don't understand what it is that they're saying when they speak. Right? That's the reason why, like the premier of Ontario, he wanted to sell the green belt. The environmental people, his own ministers have to say, "Bro, you can't do that.
Yeah.
It will throw off the whole environment of Canada."
Esau.
That's how important the green belt is to the ecosystem.
Yeah.
Didn't get that.
Nah, he's like, what are you talking? Yeah.
That's the wicked though.
Yeah, mine.
Because
I like his brother better.
because certain places are just uninhabitable. You can't live there. You know what I'm saying? Certain places have to be protected. It's
True.
and
True.
the spirit of God, especially the kingdom, will know, okay, we can't build here. But we can build there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, so yeah.
you know?
Con.
So when I go live in the boat.
Yeah.
Mars. So when I go They figured it out.
Go ahead. And to your point too about judgment, Jake has no judgment, and that's because judgment is tied to instruction. So you can't be a judge if you don't have laws or instructions you're judging off of. Right? So you'll never get good judgment or have good judgment if you're not tying your decisions to the instructions of the Lord. Or else where's your judgment coming from? It's not even a judgment, it's an opinion. It's an opinion. Come.
From broken cisterns.
Yeah, that's right.
No, that's funny.
Jeremiah 8:7. Yea, the stork in the heaven knoweth their appointed times,
Damn.
and the turtle and the crane and the swallow observe the time of their coming.
Yes.
But my people know not the judgment of Yahweh. Bashem Yahushua.
Hey, and the turtles, they move based off of certain
Yeah.
things.
Like
the
climates
and
and
the-
stuff.
They know when it's time to go breed and this and that. They're serious, bro.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought it up. As you said it, Genesis 1:14 comes to my mind. Time, seasons, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's
that's
so-
it.
You're on the ball.
It's instinctual, it's second nature. It's going back to the elder when he's talking about internalizing to get that understanding. They have that internalized. So that is a great example for you to follow.
Damn.
In them. And it's in us. It's just for us to draw it out and remember it.
Yeah,
Right?
Going back to that, it's like moving with the seasons, right? There's the thing called circadian rhythm.
Right.
No matter how far you go in society, you think we're all like technological,
Yeah.
there's still a circadian rhythm.
Can't get away.
Your hormones do certain things at certain hours. You can't have light at this time. And if you fuck it up, which majority of us are, you're gonna have health consequences.
Hey, and
There's
that-
nothing that can remedy that.
And that's why a lot of you men now, from starting last month and to all the way going into August, you're burning if you don't have a woman. Because it's the nature to want to breed girl right now.
Yeah.
The fuck. It's hot. Your blood's boiling. You want bust juice, but you can't because you need this blood clot body man.
Yeah.
Where then they put in your face, you see the body man that busting juice. You see the lesbians that busting juice with each other. And then they have you men just hanging around.
And
Yep.
they give
Can't touch,
that-
can't look.
they put that salt in the womb where they have the woman dressing like sluts.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's that salt in the womb.
Yeah.
Take that.
take that.
And acting like she's retarded when you look at her.
Yeah.
Look at her, that's what he told me to do. Yeah.
I look, bro. I look right at the
I
fucking.
be spitting.
That guy look
Still.
right at the camel toe. What's
Bitch,
going
you
on?
just ask me anyways, bitch. I'm just a tool.
Don't hang the meat up if it ain't for sale.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That's
Good one. That has to be a lesson still. Yeah. That has to be a lesson.
Space about
Con.
beyond bring on like two more.
Okay, Con. Was got anything? Okay.
Yeah, that's.
You got it and then you got it last. You got it and then you got it last.
Now men need drugs
Yeah.
to get hard or to do this. But like the elder's saying, that's going against your rhythm because in the morning you wake up with your wood.
Yep.
You wake up naturally. You're supposed to let that off. Where's the bitch? No woman. This world is messed up.
Or she's there, she's a demon.
She's just a damn demon.
So Isaiah 4:1, yeah, fire. Isaiah 4:1. A lot of you sisters that Apostle Gabar always brings it out. Yeah, right. I know. I know. I know. You know, but you know, hey, Apostle Gabar brings out that feminism.
Yep.
He went hard on that.
For them to get out of
Exactly. So if you think you can skip by ignoring that feminine demon in your mind without constantly, rebuking it in the name of the Lord, Isaiah 4:1 is gonna rock your shit.
Oh my
It's
God.
gonna rock you.
Because remember, Isaiah 4:1 is gonna also come physical. That's why I brought the physical earlier. It's men are no longer gonna talk.
And we're not gonna have to. A brother had a dream real quick. A brother had a dream about Isaiah 4:1, and he said, like, it was just like I couldn't. They just wouldn't stop groping me.
Yeah.
Like I was being groped and picked up, and
I remember it's like Apostle Bar, like 2010. It's like he made the state, when they make statements, but it's in the spirit.
yeah, go on.
He's like, brothers, the time is gonna come. You're gonna have to beat these women off with a log.
Right. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
That's the spirit. You just said the brother had a dream.
Yeah.
It's the spirit.
And
Yes.
Do you know the spirit? And do you know
Yes.
that's gonna happen? Because you men are gonna be filled with the Holy Spirit.
100%.
Holy Spirit is gonna be manly. If you brothers look around the world, that spirit of manliness is not outside. Even Jake that are gunman, Jake that they're not manly.
Yeah, they have guns.
They're weird. Even they're weird. They don't like women. Even these guys, they're showing the guys in the club. They have all the money. They have all the jewels. They have the cars, and they're in the club. They have their purse. The women are. They're not even looking at the women. The women are just there, just as an accessory. They don't talk. It's not like us as men. We're talking about what? Taking shit. Because we're still in that spirit. The Most High kept that man energy on us. They could smell that. That's why the laws need to be kept in place for men like us, because they understand we would just be out here breeding women, just breeding everything. Because these Jake men, they're done. These young, they're done. They don't want women. They're already finished. They're drinking lean. They smoke blunts. They take Molly.
They're sleeping with trannies.
Yo, say it louder.
They're sleeping with
They're sleeping with you know what?
Decepticons.
All right. I promise you they are.
And we're not even gonna like everything's gonna be given to us.
Con.
We're not gonna result
They're
in
not
any
gonna be the focus.
exactly. We're not gonna result in any energy in chasing anything to do with this world
That's right.
whatsoever. We
That's
sit, we judge who comes
Exactly.
back and
We're
forth.
done. We're done.
In this society
Done.
that these are set up.
No, but the elect, like the elder just said, they're gonna have such a spirit on them that they're no longer they're gonna come out of that spirit of carnality.
Yeah.
You women are no longer gonna be the main focus.
Exactly.
Because now you're gonna be dealing with men that are so on fire. The carnality of the world.
But it's like the scripture already broke it down. The whole mentality. They're not gonna care about so-called jealousy of other women. They're not gonna care about you always gotta provide them food. This, they're gonna be all of that. They gonna let us be called by that name.
Yeah,
And
that's right.
our shame and reproach to be taken away.
I know.
That's how heavy you said heavy man. Yeah. We're not bitch, go chop wood, bro. I need some fish. And you're doing that.
Yeah.
But
And
if
we're
you're
not
not,
allowed to say that, go do
Yeah,
it. Erica's gonna do it. I'm just saying right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Feel
She'll say like, "Oh, you didn't tell me to do this today. Did I do something wrong?"
you're gonna fucking know.
But if you're not,
The bitch,
Exactly.
the bitch is gonna come with the house. These women have the resources.
They have all the resources.
They gonna tell they just want you in there, and then she gonna be okay with you bringing other bitches over there too.
That's right. Childbearing.
she's gonna bring because she's gonna talk. Women talk, right? So once they know, the next one's gonna be like, "Oh, who's this guy?" And you see it.
Yeah, because they won't no longer be able to talk on are we dating the same guy on their little apps and shit.
Yeah, because
Trying to figure man's out.
Yeah.
See if a man has multiple women.
My cousin in the world, he said like, yo, bro, you don't realize how many aunties there are that are single and have big house and have good job, but they're lonely.
Good.
Because they're lonely. And he's a young man dating aunties, you know, auntie 30, 40 and up.
Good.
He's like, that's what I go for. That's what I'm seeing in the club now.
Good.
They're just, they have the money,
Good.
they're single,
Good.
and they're just lonely. Lonely.
Thank you, Amalek.
Yeah.
Thanks.
But that's why Amalek made it so he can sell his sex dolls.
Yeah.
That's why the sex doll industry is there.
Yeah.
And the dildo industry is there. The porn industry is there. They created this.
The whole
You
kid
women think, oh, I'm just independent. Nah, you were created, and Amalek created an ecosystem around you for him to get rich.
Right. And the ultimate goal being, oh, we're overpopulated.
That's
We should
right.
Decrease the population.
That's right.
There's too much of y'all, so we can't have y'all breeding. Right?
they say no to the fountains of living water.
Con, go ahead. Fuck.
Second to 16 verse 33, it says the virgin shall mourn having no bridegrooms. The woman shall mourn having no husbands, and the daughter shall mourn having no helpers. Like wars shall the bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. Just going to that point about all these abundance of women and all this stuff, right? And eventually, it's going to be like a lot of women are going to come to and the Lord. That's because let's talk about man's gonna be way more pressures and fight. Right? That was
Con.
Yeah, that was it. Beautiful. All those precepts are flying off in my mind. I just wanted to go back real quick to what was mentioned, the strength, right? The strength of salvation, because that's gonna be, that identification mark, that the Lord's gonna use to bring about the full import of the Spirit, right? That we need, which is that strength. So, real quick, you know what, let's just read the Spirit precept. So I'm gonna go to Revelation 14:1. This is the point, just tying it in. You know what? I'm gonna read chapter 13 and 18, and then go to 14:1, because it says, here's wisdom, right? Going back to the top of Dash. Here is wisdom. Okay. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is a number of a man, and his number is 636. And I bring that out to say that the men that the Lord has in place, they're gonna get that victory to overcome. They're going to receive salvation, right? They're going to receive that, and that's what the next verse goes into, because strength is important. It gives it the Spirit. You read that precept, right? That's what brings it together.
Right.
Right? It says, and you're gonna see it. You're gonna see it, and you won't believe it. Hey, I'm talking 2/3 of you, right? You're not gonna believe it, but you will believe it when you see it.
You'll be in awe.
Right?
Yeah.
Right now you can keep it.
Be a shock factor.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
people start being willing.
That's right.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Here's the point. And I looked, and lo, no, take your time, take your time, take your time, take your time.
Say it again.
People are gonna be ashamed.
God.
Like you said, they'll believe, but they can't even cross over. Or do,
Damn.
you know,
Too late.
He did his wicked. Second Ezra is not now your sins weigh down. So you got an anchor of sin, which is way to get up to the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be able to do shit.
Wow.
You're gonna be guilty before the judgment. You're gonna understand God, and the Most High probably won't even let you off yourself. You're gonna have to just
Yes.
cast the judgment of whatever.
Yeah,
Terrible time.
we're founding on the mystics.
It's great. And lo, Revelation 14:1, and lo, I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on Mount Zion. Right, we started out with a wonderful lesson with the mount, right? Hey, that stone is cut out of the mountain, right? And with him and 144,000 having his father's name written in their foreheads. Right? Brother went into that precept in regards to the father's love. You see it? So, hey, this is serious stuff. But you know, hey, that's the seal, that's the point, right?
Yes.
His namesake, his reputation, his character will be reproduced
Through his elect.
to his elect.
That's heavy. That's heavy.
Yeah.
Because that's the marriage. Father's name written in their foreheads is the communion. Like a woman takes on the name of her husband. That's what that is. It's not like we're gonna get a different, how Jake might bug out on that precept. No, we're just now gonna be fully acquainted with the Lord in us.
Right.
We're going into the things.
It's about the action.
That's just internalize the truth.
Exactly.
Truth is it, man.
Exactly.
The forehead is at the forefront of your mind. So
Exactly.
the word is at the forefront of your mind.
That's right. They are literally going to be the how shine like.
And all their individuality.
Oh yeah. Oh, 100%. 100%.
And that union, it's intimate, right?
Right.
It's like the marriage bride, It's
See, because
intimate.
remember, we all have characteristics based upon our tribes and based upon yourself. Because Benjamin has a characteristic, how he behaves, Judah, so on and so forth. So we all have, right? Like when they talk about Ashar, the tribe, like there's a way that they're a very happy tribe. So they all have a personality trait, but then personally, each individual man has his own personality.
That's right.
Wow.
That's living stones.
Finish your point.
Yeah, you're right.
Hold on. Finish your point. Oh, that was it? Okay, go on. No, go ahead. You got it.
No,
You say you said something.
because that's what ancient world, like, well, even going back to when we were in Israel and then went up to the Dark Ages. That's why certain houses had certain last names, right? Because that was based off
Right.
the family curse. Yeah.
Right.
So,
Right.
you know, but we'll find out more in the kingdom.
Yeah.
what?
That's what we grade and everything.
God.
That was showing.
All right. So, Khan. So with that, we're gonna close up, and we're gonna give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh. Double honor to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone rule well. And I've taught this word in truth and sincerity. Peace and mercy to the elect, starting with 144,000. That's also pushing this word in truth and sincerity across 4 corners of the earth. And peace and mercy as well to the rest of the elect, to you and your household. Abba, Kwama Sha'ala, and Shalom to the elect.